is elementary. Try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, and you will only come to this conclusion. Love and marriage go together like a carabao and trike. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Life isn't easy with Heidi, American wife, so uptight. George tries, but sometimes cries, but the love each other you cannot deny. Married life like no other. Love and marriage go together like a carabao and trike. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and
Good morning. Good morning. Wow, my hair is fried. Little tussle with George will really mess your hair up, man. I was telling George I was going to go gray. Oh, well.
No, George is.
What are you doing wearing my earrings?
No, George is my city name. My native name is Nakapakadakadaknaktoy.
Ni hao, idiot.
There you go.
Ni show ni hao, idiot.
Yes. So I'm wearing my tribal earrings, so therefore I will go with my name with a Nakanakapaknoy.
Malagayong Pasko. We are now in the Christmas Burr months. We officially kick off the Burr months, but here in the cities, all the cities in our area have canceled school. So one more day without school, and it probably won't even rain for the rest of the day.
Seriously?
Yeah, school's canceled. First day of Christmas here.
Man, I tell you what, Mom Marcus loves no school.
I know. The cat was just staring at you.
I wish Bong Marcus was. No, Ferdinand Marcus was the president during my time. His dad, which he wasn't into holidays, but anyway, go figure.
Sarah says, nice song. Good morning with MB in the house.
Morning, Sarah Tyson.
We're
Morning,
just kind of
MB.
going to do a bunch of odd stuff. George will be going out tomorrow, which is our Tuesday live stream. And with today, it's officially Labor Day in the United States. Although we're not in the United States, we know a bunch of guys here are using it as an excuse to go to the bar and drink and have some sort of picnic and just leave their Filipino at home. But I don't get to do that with George. That's legit, but it probably means a shopping day for us.
Oh, babe, I'm going to go to the bar today.
Not with those earrings, you're not. Show me your six-pack again. For those that are re-watching, we appreciate. And look, I did what I said. We said we released a video to members. I have screwed up in the last...
This is Krispy Kreme. For those of you who don't know what Krispy Kreme is.
I plan to eat a donut today right in front of
you. If you don't know what Krispy Kreme is, let me explain to you. What a loser. Anyway.
I'm already in trouble. Like, literally, me and George had hamburgers yesterday.
Wait.
Because he's been really busy working.
I don't know if you guys...
These are the Harry Potter donuts.
Yes, these are Harry Potter donuts. You know, that's...
Dronuts?
That's Slytherin, that's Hufflepuff. Oh, wait, that's Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and that's Ravenclaw. Nerd alert, but anyway.
No, Nerd Alert was watching the Superman movie yesterday, and you knew all the items that were there, and I was like, it just looks like a little silver ball with some lights going out of there, and George was naming things. I said, Asian Nerd Alert.
The movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give that movie?
5. It's just an average one.
Yeah, it was a little too much.
It's very predictable, and also the issue I have is somehow... Okay, I'm not judging the movie. I'm judging the character, aka not the
Oh, give
actor,
me a goddamn donut. What the hell?
the character. The issue I have
I've
with the
been waiting
movie,
to eat them for
you
an
know,
hour.
I'm not talking about woke. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. The problem I have with the movie itself is Superman himself seemed to be on a sliding scale that his power wanes and grows depending on
Oh, yeah. And then he's always getting his ass
it's
kicked.
his yeah, correct. Thank you.
Okay,
Like
real
his
quick. Which
power
donut do you guys want me to eat?
right. Superman's power doesn't
Which one, Sarah?
it's too variable and it doesn't stay the same. It doesn't make sense. You know, like Heidi says, Superman gets his ass kicked a lot in the movie, and yet he's super powerful when he needs to be. It doesn't make sense. Anyway,
So
and this is from a okay,
it
guys.
did come out in July.
Yeah,
We
I don't
just
like
watched it.
Superman, but I know Superman in canon. Canon meaning what's the real Superman is.
Why
But
is it
anyway,
leaning? And the couch isn't leaning. It just seems like I don't know if I'm just
no, because no,
Maybe
the
it is.
camera's at an angle.
off with that.
No,
You
no, no,
straighten it.
no,
That's
no,
what.
no, no, no. It's not. No, the camera's. It's not that the camera. Well, the camera's tilted, but you have to remember it's trying to compensate for the angle.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a different angle today. I can see it on.
Yeah, we're at an angle. I mean, the camera's over there where it should be over here. Not so much as it's leaning. No, the leaning is to compensate. But anyway.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Let me know which donut because I'm already chow down. So I'm gonna get
Screw
that
I'm
sugar.
gonna... Oh wait. Never mind.
Yeah. I asked which one we
Somebody
should
might
eat.
pick the donut that I might want.
I
to
want the
grab.
Boston cream.
Okay, then grab the
That's
Boston cream.
that's the chocolate one, right? You know
Yeah.
what that is?
I knew someone's gonna say that. No, that's for you.
I'm probably gonna eat the.
That's not Boston cream.
What's in there?
That's that looks like red. That doesn't.
Oh,
look...
that's probably got the.
It's probably strawberry filled or blueberry filled.
Then the white one's got to be
No.
Boston. Which one is it?
No. No, just pick that one. Pick the Boston cream looking one.
I just want to put my finger in all.
Boston cream is usually the chocolate top with the.
Okay, we'll give the blue one to George. Don't do it, Sarah said.
Oh, the
Let
blue
it-
one. I didn't want the blue one, but
Well, your
okay.
lips, it matches
go
your
grab it.
earrings. Well, what did
Oh,
you say
holy
that was?
cow! What the heck is this?
Yeah, show that up close. I think they said that was blueberry. There's blue under it.
No, I mean this is super sticky. But anyway,
No, it is. It's probably just shellac. Sarah said no, Heidi. don't-
shellac. What is this? A bench? A high school bench? Probably. I mean, it does have the logo. But
Oh,
anyway.
look at that. Do you like this? Look how the new setting
Yeah,
is
no, I saw
on
it.
it.
This is Ravenclaw for those these non-Harry Potter ones. This is
No, Heidi, don't
Ravenclaw.
do it. Let's get to a meeting. Yeah, hell no. My only problem is I think I look better this morning than the video. I'll have to send it to you, Sarah, because we have special people we like to send things to, like George. But we put it on members. We're like, we might as well upload that we're sitting here watching a movie, chilling and stuff. And yesterday I was extremely swollen, but for the last week and a half, for some reason, I slipped up and I had some chips with a meal the other day. But anything salt with my steroids, I've just been everything. I'm already a big girl. It's just all of a sudden I bloat even more. Then I'm using an inhaler and then get sick. So now, like I said, the reason I try to eat healthy, in other words, I make about 46 good decisions a day. And then I mess up every now.
Yeah.
like oatmeal, bean patties, lentil beans, donut. We had salad yesterday.
Oh no! Heidi made some Swiss meatballs. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, I made meatballs yesterday.
Yeah, they were exquisite. Oh, wait, we have leftovers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you probably eat that for lunch. Here, bite. That's just all candy. I don't.
That's sugar. That's not salt. You're okay to eat that.
Well, I get that.
That's the Hufflepuff crust.
Yeah.
You're okay to eat that. It's not the
Did you guys
salt.
hear that?
Salt's more dangerous apparently. But anyway.
Okay.
What is in there anyway? I never had a Hufflepuff one. Oh,
You did.
buttercream. No, I did. You had it's buttercream. I only know because I looked it up before I ate the donuts.
Mm-hmm. So, give us a little history why we say hello to everybody on
Why we
Labor
hello,
Day.
say hello?
I don't understand.
You mind
What?
your
Why do you
business.
say hello?
Mind your
Go
business.
search the web for it.
Siri, mind your business.
Is it 1892?
1882, I think.
That's what I was thinking, but that it sounded like 1882. Sail the ocean blue. Anyway,
1882 is the last time I had sex with George.
probably
But
true
it was
story.
established as a federal
There's
holiday.
cobwebs down there. I tell you, there's cobwebs.
Yeah, you got to clean them off your Philippine every now and then. But I think they said it was 1894? So 12 years later, they made it the federal holiday. That.
No, after he said that, my history of Labor Day got erased. So unfortunately,
Man,
I
this
don't
was
remember.
better. This was better when we got married.
What?
This donut is better than what you put out for the last 6 months.
What?
This is better than getting that new car when we got the
You talking about the road?
mhm, our trips to all over Florida. This is better than the concert.
Which one?
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well, Bill Ray ain't much to talk about. We're talking about Miley Ray. I mean, come on.
That's just horrible.
I mean, don't break your heart. Your achy break your heart. You got
It's
nothing
still
by
good, but
wrecking ball. Just saying.
Really, there's nothing in here, man. Here,
Holy crap! Did you guys
stick
see
your finger in there.
Miley Ray Cyrus? Jesus Christ, she's like Skeletor or something.
That's horrible. I can't believe.
Hashtag don't sue me, Miley Ray. But anyway,
What was she's on Gucci now or something?
I don't know.
It's weird. Her eyebrows are missing.
She's on Ozempic, yo.
Yeah, her face is sunk in. They got like all these freckles. Mm-mm. I'm gonna keep on being fat. I'm gonna keep being fat. I may have to cut out my salt, but I'm gonna keep being fat. I'm proud of it. So,
Is that Weird Al?
something like that. So, anyways, it's Labor Day. It's for the working class. I used to be working class. I got class. George has got class. We
I
still
do?
work. I take care of the cats. Not really, but so we thought we'd go today. George's got a bunch of stuff with his uncle tomorrow, and then we got a bunch of stuff Thursday and Friday.
Holy
we might
rain.
do a live from the coffee shop. We talked about that. Means we got a lot of running around in a couple days. We're gonna choose a random coffee shop, and I don't know. We haven't figured that out. So we only figured our donuts out.
I do know of a nice joint to sell, like, dried blood.
Mm-mm.
I'm not making that up, but anyway.
Yeah, the music is
Yeah, the Philippine. For those of you who don't know,
it's
again.
the same song of Our Love and Marriage, but it's got more of an Elvis twist.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, that Philippines like to sell dried blood in the Philippines of chicken blood, and it's a delicacy here.
For people that's anemic. Hey, maybe that expat that's sitting in the hospital here that's looking for O negative blood, maybe we can just feed him a bunch of those and something like that.
Oh, negative.
O negative, O positive. He's got one of the rare ones. He can't take it from anybody. I may be positive, which is really another different type. But he can't even take mine, but he's sitting here waiting for blood. He's been in there for a while. But maybe we can just feed him some blood chicken cubes. Maybe.
Right?
We're gonna send a Hmong healer over there.
Manghihilo.
Witchcraft. Witch doctor. Actually, she puts on her. That's exactly what it says here. Tell them what. Look at the bottom. It says witchcraft on there. Witchcraft.
It does?
Yeah, read it. It says witchcraft or something.
Alright, I won't say
Witch
the
doctor,
name
witchcraft.
or. Dang, she's got 2 phone numbers, yo. She's balling. Nangihilo ng Really? Nangihilo ng pilay, sinat, bagong panganak, pasma, baradong ugat, at nagtatanggal ng kahit anong lamig sa katawan. Magtatawas, manggagamot ng barang at kulang. Really? Okay. It
See, I have no
says I heal the.
I'm gonna rub that chocolate on
Hey,
you.
Harry. I heal the cripple, the newly newborns, the ones that have
That's me.
like help breathing issues,
Hmm.
block.
Probably all with chicken blood.
What's that word? Blocked. I was blocked veins. That's not the right.
Yeah, clogged. I
Clog
translated
arteries
it.
is probably a better word for it. Um,
I can just
um,
say you know,
removes any type of body issues
see, easy come, easy
and
go.
and heals witchcraft. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
AKA if somebody puts a curse on you, she removes them.
Mm-hmm. That'll be. We've been meaning to bring this woman in, and we'll have to get her.
Oh crap! It's the same name as. Again, I'm not revealing the name only
Well, she
because.
pasted them all over the
Well, it's
neighborhood,
not
but I
that. I
get
don't
it.
want to get her. What do you call that? I don't want people to pick on her. And besides, the name is really popular. In fact, one of the main used to be vloggers here. One of the kids' name is the same name, so I don't want to. It's a common name. That's what I'm saying. I don't want anybody to get flack out of it.
Yeah, Harry said eat the blue one. So what's the blue one? Does it taste like blueberry? I ate mine quick. You guys can understand.
Faintly,
I grew up
faintly
with there's
blueberry.
7 brothers and sisters.
Hello, Heidi and George. I want the Boston cream, whatever it's called, Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. That one, it was more of a caramel, but I waited to eat that all morning. So I got laundry done. It did rain. It's not raining now, but at 5
It
something
was
when we
raining
were up.
nonstop all night long. Sounded like a rooster.
That could be a rooster. Turkeys around. I said I'm gonna snag that turkey.
No, there's 2 turkeys in the neighborhood. They've been out for a while. There's a white turkey and there's like a regular colored turkey. Grayish turkey.
Mhm. Okay, so see how it pops open now? That's because the service was on. The moment I turned it off, it comes on now. I waited and spent out all night when I was looking at the storm. The service delays it from opening up or not at all. So we started paying a service for the cameras we have on the outside of our property, and it causes it not to open at all. So it's weird. I was like, we'll just rely on the SD card and the other thing. So yeah, we'll because we don't use the alarm. We can actually it sends alerts to the phone, but it's kind of crazy. No, I just want to make sure that's not the. Anyways, go ahead and look that down. It matches your earrings. Yeah.
Oh, well, the sprinkles match the earrings.
Oh, give me my earrings. My fingers smell like donuts though this morning. They don't smell like. Want to smell my fingers? Oh, you have to. I can't.
No, I wouldn't. Oh, you're the one put them there.
Yeah,
And
we
just
tried
like that, I'm no longer the Filipino cold horse.
Yeah, I guess. Uh, 1 second. Oh man, look at my hair.
Well, it is Labor Day.
It is Labor Day. We were just talking about our
Chosen
numbers
one
are usually
says
double.
slides into the chat like a wrestler into the ring. There you go. Like, yeah, exactly right.
Hold on. So let me get the story, get you guys going. We thought we would wrestle with you, but tell you what we're going to talk about.
Oh, you didn't put the video?
That was just a few clips showing the bar. People can just use their imagination. Basically, there is an American that got scammed at a bar, according to him, allegedly in Makati, called Iron Horse or something. But basically, it's in the red districts. They got red districts everywhere.
Saloon.
Correct.
Not the one in the Angel City area though, because there's an Iron Horse here too,
Is it?
and there's one in the U.S. Not the Sturgis one either. We're talking about the one in Makati.
So it's a. I guess he got scammed, overcharged, and then one of the bar girls walked him over to an ATM. So I'll read you like his story, and he
lady
had
boy got his
hundreds
way
of
with him.
comments, and I'm like, oh, there's a couple different topics we can cover, but I'm trying to bring some side drama, and George's like, yeah, let's cover this guy. So it's kind of interesting, to say the least. But George found some holes in his story, which is funny.
Well, there's like actually 3 well, there's 3 orifices, but there's technically 5 orifices. Well, actually, it more is like 7 orifices. Oh wait, hold on. We can go higher, but 7 orifices is normal, but 3 orifices are usually the ones that are used. But anyway,
Did you guys also hear about that guy that was just a couple days ago? They found him on a bus. They thought he was unalived. It looked to be another American.
okay,
And
let's cover that real quick. Yes.
the old dude, yeah. I can play some of
Yeah,
it for you.
there is an older gentleman
Hold
that
on.
was on the way to. Do you
Hold on.
remember?
Like his lips are blue and everything
Yeah,
else.
that he's not reading, guys. Just so you know, I guess no.
No, like they thought he was unalived. But he had no Filipino, somewhere around, he looks to be late 70s, early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was on the bus. It took 4 people to get him off of this
carry
bus.
him off the bus to
He's not a
the
small,
entrance
I
of the
mean,
hospital.
if you could see the front, his tongue and everything's hanging out.
Yeah.
My guess with the way his tongue is and the way he's acting, he looks like he had a stroke.
No, it looked like a stroke. The way his mouth was somewhat gaped open and stuff like that. Again, I'm not picking on the guy, but no, that's what it looked like. It looked like he had a stroke, and
So they're going to
there's
try.
music.
Yeah, we'll just, because of the
Yeah,
music.
there's music. There's music.
So, no, check it out. It took one in the front, one in the back, a couple in the middle. But my thought about the situation is, one, at that age, I wouldn't recommend traveling alone. I don't want to travel alone. And I'm 54. Imagine this guy being almost 80 and he's traveling by himself.
No, it's not a good idea. I mean, for several reasons.
Mhm.
I mean, one, your age, for like examples like this, and for example, at that age, if you trip and fall, doesn't matter whether you're just coming onto the bus, you trip and fall, or coming off of the bus and trip and fall. It could literally be a life-changing event. You know what I'm saying? And also, you don't know the areas.
Mm-mm. Well, I told George, I thought with it being hot and everything, also, although the buses are AC, they will leave them open sometimes before they leave. They don't always run the AC inside.
Right.
He might have overheated.
There's a lot of reasons why you really shouldn't.
Or he could have been overheated, sitting around with no water outside
even in the
till he got on
US,
the bus.
it's never a good idea to
Travel alone, let
period.
alone in the Philippines. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's really sad. It was a big struggle for them. They thought he initially. So now, as I'm to understand, he's just laying up in a hospital with nobody knowing who he is. Like they're saying they're trying to get family, and that's even if family's even talking to him and stuff. That's the sad part. A lot of these people break way with their family,
Yeah,
and
they cut ties, burn bridges, break contact.
Yeah, so I forgot that I had that story.
Yeah, like right now, we can't even tell you who he is because nobody knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Even forget the Filipinos who don't know who he is. We don't know who he is because even if Heidi's American, doesn't mean that she knows exactly who he is.
I don't admit that in public anymore. I really don't.
Well, what I'm saying is, again,
I say I'm from Iceland.
What?
Yeah, that's what I told the last person. Where are you from? I'm from Iceland. Although they're going to tell you you're American anyway. It's like, oh, you got me. All right, here, I got my granny glasses on. Okay, so we can see. Oh, holy shit. Who are you? Show him your shirt again. Show him your shirt again. George has got his 6. No. George representing again. Leave that cat. George, donut's going to stick to that cat, but give her some donut now. Now you got to give her some. No, not like that.
No, I have to. She can't have this sugar.
No, well, pick it out. She doesn't want your mouth goo.
She does.
No, and don't forget Mary. She wants some of that center donut too. I'll get to the center of your Tootsie Roll later. So, all right. Likely drugged and then scammed at the Iron Horse, sir. There's no doubt about it. You were. Whatever happened. Okay, so this is just a story that came through here in the Philippines and just happened within the week, right? So this is the guy, and then George was like, lies, all lies, because we'll get to the part about the Filipina. Okay. So I went bar hopping yesterday in Makati and was having a great time. About to head home, and I made a mistake of ordering one last drink. Well, how many goddamn drinks did he have to begin with? He made a mistake of ordering one last drink? Don't you always have to say, this
Thank
is
you
my
for
last
asking
drink?
how many drinks is this guy started with in the first place?
Right. So he says, I made the mistake of ordering one last drink.
Well, first off, you never announced it's your last drink.
Right. Right. There's George. That's why I love him and married him. This gets pretty specific. He ordered a dirty martini. What do you think of that? His last drink. So what does that tell you? The man ordered a dirty martini. What does that say about this guy?
Wait.
He specifically said what drink? Dirty martini.
I guess. I mean, martini is not usually what you order in a bar, but I have known people, yeah.
He said the bar was Iron Horse Saloon, which is in Makati. I think it even said the Poblacion
No. What I'm saying is a lot of people, when they go in a bar, they don't order a martini.
Maybe he's got a little class. Or a little. After that, he said nothing. So he announces that he ordered his last drink, and after that, he had nothing. After that, I had a faint memory of being led to the ATM by one of the bar girls. Give me a demonstration. March towards the door a little bit. Dun 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 dun.
Hey, honey, why don't we go to ATM?
No. Break out the credit card. So he said that with this faint memory, he said he tried to withdraw only 1,000 pesos, which is $20, right? $20, probably with the fees, probably, I don't know, 25, 26, 27. He might have been hit with this $30 amount. Okay, so then next thing you know, boom, he woke up in his bed. That's all he remembered. He went from the ATM to the bed.
Okay, well, first off, how many guys or girls have gone out binge drinking and then all of a sudden it's the next morning?
Only once. That's when I was on some moonshine and Mad Dog
Well, I wasn't talking
2020
about
and
you,
pain pills.
But a lot of
It
people...
was after some surgeries, and I didn't know that somebody dropped moonshine into my drink.
A lot of people black out when they drink, but I mean, I've never been one of them, but I know a lot of people don't remember squat.
Okay, well, according to him, he must have known something. He knew enough. He ordered one.
Well,
last
he
drink.
remembers like a faint memory of him going to the ATM.
And then after that, that's kind of scary. So after that, it said that, okay, withdrew the money. Next thing you know, I woke up in my bed. My Filipina girlfriend said she came into the room. Okay, maybe they have separate beds. And that he was drenched in sweat and barely able to stand. Well, didn't he just say he just woke up from the... Anyways, so barely able to stand. When I checked my phone, he said there were fraud alerts. They had withdrawn 32. Now that might have been what he took from the bank with fees. By the time he took the 1,000 pesos out, they charge you international fees, bank fees. He might have been out that first amount. So maybe that was the initial $20-something with the fees. Might have been 30-something.
Wait.
These are the fees that were taken from his card that night.
No, forget that. What's the total?
3, 6, 9, 10.
Is that dollars or is that Filipino?
That's dollars. No, 293. Another 293. Another 374. Another 89.50. and then there was the initial fee.
Wait,
so 32.
the biggest one is 293.
Yeah, times 2,
Huh? Oh no.
twice.
What I'm
But
saying
he'd only
is,
taken out. He said it was almost $1,000 total, according to him. 3,
okay.
6,
Well,
7, 8, 9,
no.
or around
That
1,000
is
US.
that is over a. Well,
But
you
the
know
first
what?
amount might
You
have
know
been
what? No.
1,000.
Here's the thing. A lot of you aren't aware that freaking prices bar fine. I mean, not bar fines. Bar. Okay. He's here. They call it What's the word? Either way, he's not drinking alone. He has a girl sitting next to him, or girls. We don't know how many.
Right, but
But here's the thing.
you don't find it auspicious
Well, that's what I was getting
about
at.
the girlfriend? He said he went home to a
Well,
Filipino.
I was gonna get there, but first off, for example, the $293. Okay, you translate to let's do this step by step. Okay, just one of the transactions is 293 pesos.
Oh, shit,
$393. Okay.
You think he bar fined a bunch of girls there?
Right. 293,000 pays $293 times 55, which comes up to 16,000 pesos. Sounds like a lot, right? It doesn't. You know why?
Wow, that's about 15,000. Bar fining in Makati would be that high.
Well, I'm not talking about bar fines. I'm talking about just drinks. When you get a bar drink with a bar girl, that's 500 pesos each. Let's divide that by 500,
which is about $10 each.
So that's only 32 drinks. But remember,
that's each drink, not so he's spending $20 each layout with each girl.
Right. Well,
so that's 10 rounds.
First off, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the time, a lot of it Caucasians. I'm not picking on any particular race here.
Next live stream,
they usually drink with 2 girls on average. I'm not judging. I mean, that's
how many do you have there, Stallion? 4?
I got 5, yo. I got 5 on tap.
No, you don't. I hope that cat scratches your jaw.
I go R. Kelly style, yo.
I hope that cat. I hope that cat scratches your junk.
However, in all fairness to this gentleman, it is still exorbitantly high, even if he did have an harem. But on average, on a high average, is 3 bar girls is usually most guys go with.
All right,
but 2 bar girls is average.
All right, here's the deal. I feel the $32 was the ATM fee. I really think that was one of the charges. No. He said he remembers 1,000.
Of course, there's ATM fees.
All right, international and everything. But then he got charged $293.
International plus bar. Yeah.
Okay.
They're a little higher. Yes.
Yeah, because more than likely the ATM is right there inside the bar.
Yes,
usually they have them set up not on the outside.
Usually it's inside the bar.
They
like
do
I said,
have them on the outside.
I go to the inside bars to withdraw whenever.
Now we did during the pandemic quite a few of them.
No.
Because our house was down there.
Storms and stuff like that.
But more than likely, these 3 amounts were over $300. I'm betting they were the girls, where he might have said bar fine them or something, or he might have actually had a good time with a couple of them.
Now, if he bar fined a girl,
that would be those amounts.
I hate to say it, that's about right.
Yes, these other 3 transactions, more than likely. Bar fining a girl, I mean, I don't know the numbers.
And this is in Makati, just so you guys know. This is not some...
I hear, depending on where, it could be 3,000. Chosen one's in here. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8,000, 10,000 here.
Chosen one isn't bar fining women.
But
he probably would know the price, though. He would know the price.
But during the pandemic, you find them as low as $1,000 standing out.
$1,000? What are you talking about?
I call them dollars.
You just need 100 pesos. You're good to go.
But I just want to let you know, George has no experience because he's not.
500 pesos. You're good to go.
And I only work down there as a dominatrix, so really, I don't know. I charge. I don't pay. And so, I know that in some bougie places it could be up there, so we ain't gonna pretend like we know it all, like know-it-alls that are on the internet. I'm just saying. So we just having fun today. So it said after that it was almost $1,000. He claims in a few minutes. He probably finished in a few minutes.
Chosen one says you pay in cash.
I don't remember getting the grab home. I don't remember agreeing on any of those charges. I was drunk before, but never blackout. Okay. So here's my deal. He said he came home to a Filipina, but sitting there drinking with other women in the bar. Lies. Go ahead, George. Go ahead. No jealousy of a Filipina, huh? What would happen if you came home talking smack or passed out in the bed drunk? What would happen?
Well, oh wait, if you're talking about me, no, I get my ass whooped. But anyway,
I
no,
took a
okay. Now
whooping
here's
last
the thing:
night.
if your Filipina allows you to get away with this, then she doesn't give a shit about you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, let you go out.
I don't
Knowing it
care
was at
who
this
you
rate.
are. If you're a vlogger
I
that
came
taunts
home and
that
my
he has
Filipina
other
girlfriend
girlfriends and
said,
stuff, and he has a wife and kid at home, dude, that means your girlfriend, your wife or girlfriend doesn't give a shit about you, or you're just a fucking milk cow.
"Hey, check this out.
Fact.
Maybe he was drunk and came home and she found that shit in his phone. She drugged him and then took the shit out of his account herself.
That's a little
Dark, but it's
no,
possible.
no. It's possible, but very far off. But I hate to say this, I disagree with that theory. But
All right, so that's right. We did have some photos. I guess I should have put it together, but we've been half asleep and knocking boots since about 3 a.m. And
no.
George is going on a long vacation down the stairs and up the
Again,
river.
I'm not picking on
So-
anybody, but guys, even in the U.S., if your girl lets you get away with this kind of murder, I'm not obviously not literal because nobody got ex-nayed during this event. What I'm saying is, if
Good
your
morning.
girlfriend allows you or wife lets you get away with this, that means they really don't give a shit about you. So you probably need to have some really deep thinking about your lifestyle.
Yes. I'm going to go through some of the comments or feelings about what people said, but basically it said the bar, if you go to the reviews or even basically look it up, it's happening over and over again. Allegedly, from people's comments, we have to say the comments are saying it's common.
No, the comments.
But it could
yes.
be common here at the Red Street here too, or other businesses. I do hear, which could happen anywhere. Could have happened in Mexico. Could happen in Miami when we were there. People overcharging at these mom and pop restaurants and bars and these different establishments, not also regulated but unregulated here in the Philippines, wouldn't be so uncommon. In other words, we hear all the time people get charged double for their dinners or extra drinks are added on, Cokes, and they, especially when it comes to expats, you'll see 300 pesos, 400 pesos added onto your bill, and we don't notice that. Once you go from cash and into pesos, you're like a pesonaire, man. So in other words, like, oh, it's only 1,500 pesos, no big deal. When you've got, you exchange in $200 and you have 10,000, and someone tells you your dinner for two was 1,500, you're like, ah, shit.
All right, now.
So you overspend, but you do get where the extra charges come on.
Now, just real quick again, in all fairness, first off, these stories are alleged. Second off, even though they're alleged, keep in mind that these stores are not restricted to that particular bar and that particular area. And again, I'm going to clarify, it's the red light district in Makati, allegedly. However, there are several online reviews about the red light district in Makati, allegedly, that have the exact same
Hey
story.
George, give me a good Filipina name that's kind of
Rose?
trashy. No. Rosie.
Okay, again, I'm not picking on anybody, but for some strange reason, whenever there's a scandal somewhere,
Rose.
it's a
There's
Rose
a lot of
girl.
Roses.
Again, I'm not picking on the name or the person. It's just for some. I even told Heidi, was it yesterday? I said,
I don't know.
"Oh,
I don't listen.
another
to you
Rose."
Yeah, no, we were talking about the 90-day. Oh, by the way, guess who got drug into the 90-day clan watching? We're like watching all of the stuff from HBO the other day. I finally got George away from the family house, and he's like, I left it on when we fell asleep the other day, and now he's kind of tied up in some of that. But yes, one of the girls' name is Rose. She's got bar tats everywhere. And I said, George, you got to check her out. She came here a couple years ago.
She's
And
got
she
bar
claimed
tats everywhere, and she's a
Yeah, virgin. She said that he broke her
Bullshit.
broke her cherry and all that shit, and went into that she had to wait and they couldn't sleep in separate rooms and not allowed to kiss them at the airport.
woman would have all those stats near the
She's
private
got
area
all the
because she's a virgin.
That girl, them were
What?
bar
You have tats right next,
What?
right in
on
your
the
inner thighs,
and up
right
the
next to
side
your
on her
cooch.
back.
You ain't no
No.
virgin, honey.
George,
Sorry.
and it came from George. He goes, "There's no way that
What
girl."
blood? That's ketchup, my dear, or
He
chicken
probably
blood.
didn't
One
even
of the
look for
two.
that. That boy
But
was so
anyway.
thirsty when he arrived. The guy paid for her house in advance. Everywhere he went, to the beach, to work. He got fired from a job because the Filipina demanded that the phone stay on while he's at work. And this is that couple that is here now, and they had a baby. Like, she was pregnant in a month and everything. Like, so thirsty. The dude only had 300 pesos.
You
So
know,
now I got
that
him
young in the
hooked up.
first place. But anyway,
She wasn't fresh.
point being is if you meet a girl, even in the U.S. or West, and she's all tied up, in all probability, she's not a virgin.
You're going to eat that cornbread.
You know what I mean? Just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to judge. Yeah, I'm not trying to judge. People with tats. But I'm saying is, yeah, okay.
We were judging. Sorry. We seen a couple of the other guys that had tats, like the full side of his head was shaved.
No, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Too many tats, babe. The guy's tatted from head to toe. Sometimes it is hard to look at.
The issue I have with that couple is usually tat people attract tat people, and she had no tats, so it didn't add up.
Oh, I'm just talking about the over tatted people. I love tats too. I've got one, but when they get to be where they're on their faces and it takes up half their face,
that's what I'm saying.
And through
Usually
the, side of
the other
heads
partner
and,
is the same.
Yeah.
On that partnership, it's not. She's clean, so there's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah, we had ours actually delivered this morning. So, okay, so I guess we're kind of, where was I at on the, so anyways, we got Roxanne. So I'm going to go through some of the comments, and you keep an eye there.
Yeah, keep going. There's something going on.
All right, so it says reviews say, and these are comments, these are alleged, whatever, does not mean it's true. Reviews say bar girls have been stealing from their guests. It literally is in their Google reviews. You picked the wrong place, man. Also, there's a new review saying they're using card skimmers there. They're taking money. So you know what? He may not even have went to the ATM in the bar or the outside. Not all ATMs are in these bars, by the way. But it said they had a skimmer inside of the...
Okay, now here's the thing with that.
Yeah, because if there's a skimmer on the machine, then maybe that's probably the bar owner himself that probably dropped that. He's like, hey, there's probably a skimmer on that ATM. That's not us.
Well, first off, we don't know what card you use. If it's a card, like say Capital One, you have a Capital One card.
Don't go nerd on me now.
You don't need the freaking code. They can just swipe that thing and put whatever amount they want.
I think American Express was the same way too. I think that's one of those that pretty much they just look for the high things, but it's been years since.
Right. What I'm saying is the girl could have just grabbed the card and walked away.
Gotcha. It says here, yes. Checking the reviews. Let's see. Wow, it says, dude is not something you, bunch of crap. Looks like a Filipino made this comment, but do you look around? Did you even the sorry stores have bars? Oh, I guess it said look for bars on the windows, which most of them do anyways. There's always something covering most stores in most neighborhoods. It says if you look around and there are bars on the sorry store, you definitely need to be careful. Be more cautious next time. When I'm just reading through here, I don't want to say something like Roxanne again. Roxanne. The thing is when it comes to survival in this world, there are bad people everywhere, and that goes anywhere, even in the U.S. or the Philippines. It doesn't matter. No, it's true. You could end up in Miami or the French quarters of New Orleans and go there. What is the bar area in Tampa? Ybor City.
Ybor.
That's what I mean. You can go there and be having a good time, and then all the above can happen. So this isn't isolated. That person had that right.
Oh my God, I have my experiences with Ybor City, but anyway.
Them lips keep them blue. Oh, Mary's.
I know, she's having a dream. Ybor City. That's where everything happens, and you don't say shit.
Right? And nobody talks about it's like Fight Club, like me and you went at
Right.
Fight
Nobody
Club.
talks about Ybor City.
Nobody talks about Fight Club in this house. You know, I told George this morning, I said, you know what? I said, we still really ought to consider a live stream like Big Brother and run it in the entire house for Christmas.
Chosen one. Okay. Says you always pay in cash.
That's pretty much we used to use the card. We slowed down and that's why we take X amount of cash all the time. But what scared me when I first got here is you'll see at restaurants, mom and pop restaurants, they would literally take your card away. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not going to. If I can't go pay at the register and see the machine, no, that really made me nervous. And a couple of the hotels did the same when we were at their restaurants. They would actually take our card away and come back after. And it wasn't a quick 5-10 minutes. They were gone for a while. And I said, George, you do realize they could just start writing our number down and doing all of that and our code. That's it. They can just go online and do something. And I said, they've been gone for a while. So it doesn't matter if it had been in Mexico or here or when we, went through the bottom half of the US into California. So this guy said he had it happen to him. No robbery attempt, but because someone wanted to try it out, he said that the people tried to use drugs on him. They were trying to figure out doses or something, whichever that means. It happened with a group of friends and in a reputable establishment. It says it was a bigger establishment. It happened to him in Makati.
Well,
It says always keep your drink nearby. He said don't let it go. It could be, hell, it might even be his best friend trying to do this.
yeah,
So,
two things. One, again, just real quick on the card, like Heidi says, it doesn't matter what country you're in, whether you're in the U.S. or Canada or. Point being is always try to keep an eye on where your card is. If somebody, a waiter or waitress, picks up your card to pay your, so you can pay your restaurant bill or whatever, keep an eye on it. Like literally follow it with your eyes, because all they have to do now. This happened in Denny's, in the U.S. and I'm sure it happened in a lot of bars or restaurants, whatever. All they have to do is remember the old knuckle buster. All they really had to do was
yeah,
keep,
a pencil. Yeah, they take a pencil and run it across the
yeah,
receipt.
and also all they really need is your
They can
your
just now
card
the cell phone,
numbers.
well, they can just take a photo.
Right. That's what I'm saying. All they really need is your numbers on your card and the 3-digit code on the back, and you're
Yeah,
done.
they
You're
just gotta
done.
take a photo. They don't need to do the
I mean,
the whole
everybody's
thing.
done online shopping here.
Yeah,
After
just
that, you're done.
especially here. I'm just saying. I mean, never forget. You guys hate when I say it, it's a third world country, developing country.
Well, like I said, even
It's
in the
still,
U.S., they
yeah,
do
but
this.
people are more thirsty here. I do like Chosen One's statement. Traveling at 80, something about the guy that looked unalive that ended up at the hospital off the bus. Traveling at 80, yeah, is crazy work. No kitty cat is worth it. Yeah, like somebody said, the Filipinas in the translation because they did play some music on the other video. When I translated it, basically they were saying that it's sad he's traveling, no Filipino with him, no, and here's the sad fact, there may be a wife with him somewhere, but just he was on his own. Pride will get to you at that point. He probably should have took somebody, hired somebody. He could have been heading to immigration. A lot of these guys are
Well,
living on these islands, which they have to get on these trikes, buses, and don't own a car situation.
the fact that he's traveling by bus, which tells it's obvious that he's not even going to be in the same city. In a different city means a different environment.
Mhm.
And even a Filipino outside a city, like for instance, me, yeah, I'll drive to my car with Heidi in Subic or in Bulacan, or I'll
Speaking
drive
of
it
car,
to that kind of stuff. But I won't drive it in freaking Metro Manila. You know what I'm saying? Point being is I know my
he
limits.
goddamn told me that. He said we hire in a car to go to
I
Google.
know my limits, and that's part of. Doesn't matter whether you're a foreigner, you're Westerner, Oriental. Doesn't matter what you are.
No, you know your
Know
limits
your
here in a
limits.
foreign country,
Right.
Foreign country.
I mean,
Yeah. TJ Riley.
hey,
Good
TJ.
morning. If you look back at this, you'll see we can't see what you are showing. You need to change the angle. No, you can actually. I seen the tablet the last time, so
No,
yeah.
no, 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 no. He's talking about my leg up like a dog.
Oh, you sure?
Yes.
Pretty sure he's talking about the tablet
Oh well, then
because we could see it the last time. He said you can't see it when it plays back.
no,
or,
then no.
no, we did.
That's more. No, we can see what
Because
you're showing.
yeah,
That's common.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
No, we're just doing that. It's kind of a semi copyright thing, semi showing you guys during a live and reacting on it, and it's better than me recording it. And it's for the moment. That's what lives are for. We usually say whatever. It's unscripted. That's why we like doing
Nothing
lives.
that we do is scripted. Most of the time,
I mean, we write some things down, and
but
we've done
they're
that on
bullet
the.
points. They're
Yeah.
bullet points.
And even
AKA,
then, I mean, like,
they're
yeah,
facts, not
1882
opinions. You know, we
was
don't
the Labor Day.
like the jokes and our retort back and forth. None of it is planned ever.
So yeah, so it's for the moment to put that up. It's a multiple reason. We've been doing this for over 5 years, so it's just something new. But good morning, TJ.
Scott's a nice this world. What's a bar fine?
Right.
There you go, Scott.
That's what got your asses in trouble on New Year's Eve a couple years ago. Pull that shit again, and I'll tie you both together when he gets here.
What's a bar fine?
Why don't you ask Scott?
I don't know what a bar fine is.
I know one thing. You blamed Scott and said Scott's the one that did it and took you down there. So,
He's the one who paid for the bar fine.
well, I believe that, and I hope his woman's listening. Because after what I went through that day,
Three words. Chinese finger cuffs.
oh, is that what kept your lion off the ladies? What? What? You both put your peckerwood on each side and put a girl in between?
That's what's called a Chinese finger cuff is, yes.
4 in the stink and 1 in the pink?
Something like that.
Uh-huh. You know how many Chinese it takes to change a light bulb?
How many?
I don't know. They just pay a Filipino to do it and it never gets done.
Damn.
They contract them in and get paid by the government $1 billion.
That's racist.
No, not racist. Okay, what's your favorite DreamWorks movie?
Huh? Where'd that come from?
Ronnie, what's going on, Ron? Hey, that looks like one of our cats.
DreamWorks?
I don't know. There's so many DreamWorks movies. I may have to actually Google a bunch of them, but George pays more attention to.
Medal of Honor.
Really?
Oh, I guess that doesn't count. That's not a movie, is it?
Well, I'll give you an idea. Prince of Egypt. That's what they're saying. Spirit, Trolls, Ants. I love Ants. That was one of my favorite movies. Dragon, the Panda movies.
Oh my gosh.
Trolls,
Puss in
Troll.
Boots is like.
The Bee movie, that was hilarious. Shreks were funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Madagascar.
I don't know what the honey are.
Oh shit, Chicken Run. That was a good movie.
Wallace and
Chicken
Gromit?
Run. Huh?
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah. It says they have 51 movies.
No. DreamWorks is big.
But it says here.
DreamWorks is the big
bad
competitor of
guys.
Pixar, yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes.
Yeah. Where was this poor guy scammed? The old dude with
Makati.
the tongue? One old dude on the bus. He probably got
Makati.
scammed the night before and had a bunch of martinis. That was probably him. What do they call that? Higag. What is that when the tongue hangs out of the mouth? The old dude on the bus had his tongue hanging out.
Well,
Higag.
the problem is if he has a girlfriend, what's he doing there? Now, okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
We were talking about this morning about freedom and the new woke people
okay.
in relationships and should you be taking your lady out? Should you have a night out with your friends? See, I didn't hear nothing about no friends with him. So the bitch was out by himself.
I'm not judging the guy. First
and he
off,
was sitting with the Filipina, and then his story fell apart for me
No,
when
no,
he said he
he's-
came home to a Filipina.
he has a bar girl with him. Yes. Okay, now here's the problem with that story. One, again, that's one of them. That he has a bar girl with him. Two. Okay, he has a Filipina, and like Heidi says, a Filipina ain't gonna stand up for that.
No,
And again, if your Filipina stands up for that, that means she doesn't give a shit about you.
that
Okay.
means she was working at the bar
3.
yesterday.
3. It's one thing. Okay. I don't go to dive bars. Okay. The only dive bar I went to is only because my boss took me there, but I never went there voluntarily.
They drug him there to the strip club. Is
What
what
I,
he's
what
trying
I'm
to say.
saying. Well, my boss did drag me to a strip club, but anyway. Well,
Did you enjoy it?
no, actually, I don't. If
Was
I'm
it
just gonna
because I'm
stare at it
staring
and I
at you?
can't touch it, why I don't see a point in it, and a lot of guys will agree to that one. So what I'm saying is,
So they were just a
I went to
tease.
high end
George
bars.
doesn't like to be
You know what I'm
teased.
saying? I'm talking about like when I say high end bars, if my sandwich falls on the floor, I would think about it like, yeah, maybe I could
3-second
save it.
rule,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Not that that ever happened. What I'm saying is, that happens in a dive bar. There's no way in hell you're gonna touch that shit. But what I'm saying is, if I'm gonna go to a dive bar alone with a girlfriend, there's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah, because although it's Makati, it's still the red light
He was
district,
in a
and there's
dive bar.
still, these bars up here on
It was a
Red Street.
skeezy
There's some
bar.
nice ones, but they're still not. It's
There's
still
high end
a
bars and there's
semi-skeezy.
skeezy
It's
bars. He
yeah.
went to a skeeziest bar in town. So
So my yeah, it's
what I'm
like
saying
that.
is, when you have a girlfriend or wife or whatever, you don't go to the skeeziest bar. The only reason why you go to the skeeziest bar is because you're trying to look for cheap women. You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
lot
As a
to
guy,
it,
because he's a guy. That's
Joy.
what I'm getting at. But then again, if you're a woman, sorry, and any woman who's been to a bar knows, you don't go to a freaking dive bar unless you're desperate.
You get in here and find
You know what I'm
another.
saying? Shoot, you'd rather go to Applebee's than go to a dive bar. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to Applebee's because you're trying to pick up guys. You go to a dive bar. I'm talking about women. Women don't go to Applebee's to pick up a guy.
Somebody made a good point. Okay, you're rambling on.
I'm not rambling. I'm making a point.
I'm just joking. I know it. Give me some sugar. Give me some sugar peanut. Okay,
Oh,
later,
I have to
Ken.
check out this bar in town. It's called Iron Horse.
Honestly, I
It's in
don't.
Red Street.
I mean, when me and George, I still get jealous. Don't get me wrong, but I do understand more and more about family time, going out with the friends, and this, and that. I do get all that you need your pony stroke and your ego stroke in more
What?
than one way. So I know you need somebody else. But I'm confident
What?
in my lip
That didn't
action, my
sound right.
cooking action,
But
and in
okay.
who I am, that I am one in a million here, and I could replace you at any time. I started living with that fact about a
You
year ago.
wish.
About as close as I can. Ukai ukai.
Not even.
Well, I'll be ukai ukai.
Okay, you can replace him with a Filipino. The end. I mean, that's about it.
Probably
But
a Korean, but so listen to this. This girl says, "You would not catch me in any other country or the Philippines getting drunk by myself," which is probably a mistake.
that's my point.
As a foreigner, he doesn't even live
That
here.
was my point.
I wouldn't even do that in my neighborhood or my familiar neighborhood. Yeah, you could have probably pulled that shit in the 80s.
That's my point.
So it says, especially like even in the U.S. where people feel more comfortable, but in the Philippines, these these bad people, they just love to do this type of stuff. How they make their money and how they're going to get it, they're going to get it the way they want, which they can. I'm telling you, people don't realize how thirsty. When a lot of these guys travel and never left their state, they might have gone from state to state in the United States, maybe to Canada. But when you start going to other countries, other Asian countries, other Middle Eastern countries, and you start seeing that people really work hard or not hard at all for the money they're getting, they're looking for every opportunity, because people are like, why do they scam in Mexico? Why do they scam here? Because they're trying to feed their family. So you got to put yourself inside of every possibility and shoe that these girls could be forced to do something like that. That might be part of them keeping a job. A lot of these girls that are hired live in these places. They come from the province. They live inside these rooms, 6 of them up in a small room, probably about the size of our living room, in bunk beds. And they send all their money back home. And sometimes they have to repay fees for getting these jobs and their cards. They have to have the sanitation permits or whatever. There's all kinds of stuff that these girls working like this.
Okay,
but
first off, what Heidi's talking about that a lot of people aren't aware. Let me try to be clean as possible
yeah, I'm
here.
kind of throwing it all into one, but basically,
First off,
these
a
girls
lot of
are-
you aren't aware, especially foreigners. Okay,
So these
this
guys
is
are
what
thirsty.
happens. Okay, they put out an ad looking for models for SM. Put out an ad looking for a female between 18 and 25. And
Probably
then these
22.
girls show up at this location wherever it says on the ad, and then okay, you're hired. Show up at this place, yada yada yada. They show up at the place. Okay, here, have a Coke while you wait on the waiting room, and then we'll get back to you. And then they drink that Coke. Boom, out like a light. Next thing they know, they wake
Oh,
up
you're talking about
in
different level.
cuffs. They're in some unknown area, and they're forced to. First off, it's called the breaking. They have to break their spirits. They treat them like
You mean-
lowly slaves
You mean like their
first.
second year of marriage?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, really. This is a real thing. This is not a joke.
No, it's
They break them like slaves. They treat them like slaves, and then after that week, they make sure that they're aware that it's hopeless to resist. It's hopeless to run away. They're the mafia, yada yada, whatever they tell these girls to threaten them, and then they try them out, if you know what I mean, and then
couch audition.
another week of breaking them, trying them out, and then they put them into bars, and they're at that point when by the time you reach the bars, this
They
girls
don't
make the
try to
bar
leave
stage,
you.
they're done, they're broken, and they will do whatever their masters say. This is not fake. This is real. This is an ongoing thing to this
And
day.
it's just not that. They do this.
So
with
what I'm
call
saying is-
centers, take them to different countries.
Right, call centers too. Like I said, I like even told Heidi just before the live. She's
a real
lucky if they
thing
took
here.
her to a call center. At least
People just don't
at least
know
she's
how
just
it
forced to
can
make
be.
phone calls. But no,
Not just the Philippines.
it's
guys. I wanna
not.
let you
What I'm saying
know
is, don't
it's-
be quick to judge the girls because you don't know what their situation is, and that's what I was getting
A
at.
lot of them are just needing the money. Are you going to get girls that are just scamming you because that's their own gig, or you're getting into one of these thirsty TikTok YouTubers that are
Well,
drawing in a bikini and then having you send her money and she's
in
got
all
a husband
in
there?
all
Yeah,
honesty,
these things happen. It happens everywhere.
that part that Heidi saw about is somewhat, I would say,
They do it in the US.
I would say 50-50. I'm talking about here in the Philippines, 50-50 chance that that girl is forced against her will and that the girl volunteered. The reason why I'm saying
The
this,
others are hired in, literally. They
right?
buy
No,
with
the others are hired in.
signs and-
Yes,
or
but
they have the mama sons when the girls go out for holidays. They come
right.
back with the
And
girls.
the reason why I say that is because, again, be aware. I've always warned you guys: do not open a bar here. There's reasons why you don't want to open a bar because eventually you will touch that dark side of that business. Yeah.
Read that.
Okay, well, Mark says whenever an expat gets scammed, you can believe there's a Filipino behind it. Keep listening. Yes and no. Again, I just said there's three sides of the coin here. Okay, first off, the one side is it's a scammer, like Heidi says. She got hired in and she's part of the scam. Okay. The other side would be the girl is against her will. She's being kept against her will. She's already broken. She's being kept there against her will, but she's forced to do what she has to do to survive. What's the third side is I didn't want to talk about this soon, but the third side is the reason why I say third side because there's several multiple transactions
Someone said roof.
on
The guy
this
got roof.
on this
Roofing.
guy's no
She called it roof.
yeah, well, yeah, it's the right term. The guy has multiple transactions. How do we know that this is exactly what happened to him? He could be just bar finding girls left and right and making up an excuse.
This story's got
Oh my
Swiss cheese
God.
rolls.
Oh my God, I'm
Well,
missing
they lost
thousands
me when
of.
he said he'd come back,
I lost
and then
$1,000.
The only thing that rang true is she said she went into the bedroom and he was laying in his bed all sweaty, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably right. A lot of these expats with their Filipinos, they live in separate rooms. due to age gaps because
Okay.
they can't and
And
won't
then
sleep in the
no,
same bed.
well,
I'm like, okay,
first
you
off,
got that part of the story
you have
right.
to remember
But
too.
the part where he went out on his own and he mentioned the bar, that he had the bar girls drink with him, I'm like, okay, something's
Right.
up with the story.
Okay, now again, I'm not judging the guy. First off, I'm not mentioning the guy's name, and I'm going to be honest with you. This is a very generic. First off, we're not talking about a generic story, but this story
David
is
Milligan.
has been going on since the dawn of time, so to speak. No. What I'm saying is, again, it could be these three things. One, the bar girl is taking him out for a spin. Two, that the girl is taking him out for a spin against her will. Three, yes.
This person said, send an email to the Consumer Protection Group. and
There
give
you
the
go.
bar's name.
Called
It says-
BBC.
It says,
You're right.
I suggest that you send an email to the central, to the Consumer Affairs at the government, and there's an 800 complaint line for these bars. Yeah, that'll work.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That three. This
That'll
guy is
Be
just
sure to
making
leave
up
your
an
address.
excuse. Okay, making up an excuse that he spent the money. It got out of hand. He spent all the money by himself, willingly, consciously, and he had to come up with something because guess what? He has a girl or a woman or wife, whatever, waiting at home for him, and she's like, "Where'd the money go?" And he has to come up with something.
It says here it's part of the job description for some of the girls.
No,
to get
I
them out of their
understand that.
money and get them to the ATMs.
And yeah, but I'm trying to work on the third line again, that we don't know if this is just an excuse to excuse his poor behavior.
Yeah, what do you guys think for those that are coming in? If you missed the beginning of the story, beings we've been yapping, making jokes,
Now,
having fun.
him breaking up a sweat. Oh, let me tell you something.
Rubbing
Whenever,
one
okay,
out.
by experience, most guys, I'm not talking about me, myself,
Sweating
but
out the alcohol.
okay. Again, I'm not talking about personal experience because I know a bunch of guys. Okay, obviously, I would hope so. That when you go to a bar, that kind of stuff. Because now, what I'm getting at is, well, first off, I'm pretty sure this guy's no spring chicken. Okay, and again, I'm not judging him. I'm not shaming him. First off, again, obviously, we're not mentioning his name. Also, again, I'm not a spring chicken either. What I'm getting at is the sweats. Well, depending on what pill you take to get it up,
The boy was on the blue pill. The blue pill.
that
The
can
boy
give
was
you
on
the
blue
sweats
pill. The
alone.
blue pill. I was taking that pill and it made me
And
sweat. It
the
made me
sweats.
Sweat. Yeah, can I get a sweat?
If
sweat?
you're really inebriated, that alone, forget the blue pill. That alone will give you the sweats. And then to make it worse, guess what? When you're that inebriated, you will need pills to get it up.
I was trying to get it up.
Because if you're too intoxicated, little John Heidi isn't gonna get up.
That soldier just wasn't getting up off that ground no matter
Correct.
what. No,
So what I'm saying is a bunch of combination would cause him to sweats or make him feel sick. Again, common sense. If you're pumped full of alcohol, yeah, it's gonna make you feel sick.
okay, so now we're going to give you some expat
Yeah,
more
go
advice.
ahead. Yeah, keep going.
Because
yes.
right now, over and over again, people are giving advice about getting a hold of the credit card company, and they're always going to give you back your money. And no matter what happens at an ATM, you're going to get your shit back here in the Philippines. Lies. We initially had lost $200 when we first got here, and we fought with the big bank. They claimed they had videos. They told our bank
They're
had
a liar. That's why we don't bank
and
with
we
them.
lost it. And there was different things, so we never went back to that bank ever again. Like, we won't use any of their banks. It's a large.
Well, but that is a Filipino bank though. Oh
Yeah.
wait, no. Well, that's
We tried to fight big. Our
that's
bank was
that's
big
a
in the
third
US.
party
I'm
thing
just
though.
gonna say it,
That's
BDO.
an issue.
There's a BDO. It was ridiculous. They told our bank that they had footage. We said, "Did you look at the footage? Did you get the footage?" Our bank said no, but they said twice that it happened. And I'm like, there's no possible way.
No,
So
no,
it
that
was
money was
outright
not withdrawn from your
10,000
ATM.
pesos. It ran out of money.
I'm not gonna even say alleged because these are facts. I attempt to
So we've
withdraw
experienced
the
where
money
we
from
lost
BDO? Yes.
from banks.
Did BDO claim I received it even though I didn't get it? Yes.
Yeah, they
Did they
claimed
refuse the claim? Yes. These are
multiple
facts.
times, and then
I'm
our
not
bank
I'm not
wouldn't-
afraid to say, hey, you know what? Then prove it. Show your freaking footage that I took the money from that
We fought them forever and
transaction.
broke banks, and then our bank just wouldn't even deal with
Now
it. So
there's a
because
footage of me taking money, yes, but guess what? The problem is I did several transactions on that same instance because
they're
there's a
still saying
10,000
it
peso
was.
limit.
Right. So anyway, so the
But
point
anyway.
is I keep seeing this in the comments and also in the other comments that, dispute everything. You'll always get your money back overseas. That's not true
Yeah,
when it comes to
And notice I did
ATMs.
not say alleged on that one.
Yeah, so you really no. What happened is the machine was down on. Was it the day that the money was out? Because we've had that happen too, but we didn't have any problems.
Yeah,
You know,
but
doing
anyway,
that.
point
I
being
get that it's
is they
different.
they gypped us, so whatever.
But in an instant like that, if the bar proves this, and that, I'm telling you, even back in the U.S., especially with what's going on in the U.S., trying to dispute that you spent 1,000 inside of a bar, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, it's Makati." They don't know that it was in a slum area. They just will see it's the Smancy area of the Philippines or something, and you won't see your money at all. So it's not always going to go smooth because it's.
In all fairness, again, I'm not talking about this guy.
The point is to be careful with your card.
There are certain credit card companies that when you make a phone call, that's all they need to give your money back. I know that for a fact. The reason being is I know of a scammer in the US that did this. I call him a scammer even though he's a regular average Joe.
Yeah,
Because I walked him on in the break room at one point in time. I'm like, mother effer, this guy's making a false claim in my head. I mean, and it's none of my business, but I knew what he was up to. I'm not stupid, but
it's not your business because you're Asian.
well, I guess, but anyway, I could care less. Again, that's his business. But anyway, point being is I knew he went out on the club, yes, the night before, and guess what he did? That's what he did.
Just let you know you're my favorite yellow person.
He called, what the freak? Yeah, but he called in the card the next day and he claimed that somebody got a hold of his card, yada yada yada. I'm like, wow.
Why do they say yellow? You look more peach to me than yellow.
Don't ask me. I wouldn't know. That's before my time.
No, I'm pretty sure they. called
Okay,
you
the reason why they call it yellow is because back then in the olden times, jaundice in Asians was a common thing, which jaundice caused yellow skin, and therefore, correct. It's kind of like the other word for Down syndrome. There was another word for it. There's a reason why they called it the other term before that. There's always historical reasons why, but no, that's the reason why Asians are called yellow because back then jaundice is common for Asians. So anyway.
Oh, by the way, Chosen One said 4,000. Yeah, I heard depending on the girls in the bar, and I like I said I ain't down there. So 4, 7, 6,000. But I pre-pandemic, you could have picked a girl up for 1,500 pesos as a bar fine or 2,000.
Now,
as soon as the country reopened, they were a lot of them was broke. They started doubling and tripling bar fines in the Philippines.
Yeah,
inflation.
When Clark Base was open, okay.
Don't get involved with the bar girl, right?
Usually, servicemen have up to between 2 to 5 bar girls per serviceman. So what I'm saying is,
Yo, Joe,
we don't know exactly what happened that night. He could have had all these girls out, or he could have bar fined these girls. I mean, that would make sense if he bar fined 3 girls that night. I have heard of it to this day.
Several of the charges are the same. 2 of them are the
That's what I'm
exact.
saying.
He
The prices are the price of a bar fine.
15,000.
So we don't know if he did take 3 bar girls out that night on the same night in the same room. Because guess what? This is a common thing. It really is.
It doesn't take long to go through money. So 1,000.
Oh no, you can spend money like all day long, and you can go
Good-
through a million
Good
in
morning,
one day.
Anton.
You know, you don't even have to try hard. But no, that's
morning,
that's
Victor.
part of the thing we were getting at again before the live. That wait a minute, we looked at the bill and we're like, these are the exact prices of bar fines.
First time you yelped out, yeah, something ain't right. He said that his Filipino, he went out
No.
by himself and had,
we're not saying that he bar fined 3 women because that's the price.
Happy Labor Day.
But
We don't labor no more. We just eat donuts.
yeah, we don't know his
We
situation,
got
but
donuts
also
for-
I'm gonna tell you right
Oh,
now,
Mary.
it's probably he's just making up an excuse. Because here's the reason why. Okay, and I'm not being a butt here. If he was drugged, okay, why would they make several transactions? Oh, I don't know. Could be there's a guy who drives around with a radio
with
on.
his radio
Yeah,
on when he
but
runs
no,
through the neighborhood. Yeah, it sounds
see,
like a political
the thing
charge.
is, he had multiple charges on his card, and if he was, roofied, as it were, wouldn't it be done in one transaction? Why would it be a bunch of?
Because it would be limited at actually withdrawals. Because he mentioned he was taken to an ATM. Most of them, people.
Oh yeah, you're
don't
right.
know
You're right.
It
It
can
is.
be.
It
Nobody's
is.
mentioned this so far. It's 10 or 15,000, but
Wait,
very
wait.
few allow 15. That would be 15,000 pesos. The other two. But most banks are 10. Rarely is it a 15,000
That's what I'm saying.
amount or 20.
The only time you
It's
can break
usually
the
10
10,000
ATM.
is if the ATM is of the same bank as your card. Which, if he's in a bar, odds are it's not.
Yeah.
So
it's
that kind of
possible. We're still
is it
trying to break
possible?
this
Yes,
down.
it's possible that let's say
Let me
let
find the amount.
let's say China Bank put a
Okay, so that's possible. That the last two were 15,000,
see that
but
kind
the other
of
one was at 20. So he was.
see that kind of breaks the thing.
And here breaks another thing because there is a limit.
That's what I said.
There's no way they would let you.
The
in
20,000
one
and
day-
50,000.
You can only take what 40 out of most of the banks at one day. Like us, we were limited. At
Thank you.
taking-
It's up to 50,000 per day.
Right now through Metro and through this one, they're only going to let us take out 10,000 each. It's 10, but I think they limit us at 30 or 40 total, but all different transactions.
Well, normally you're only allowed to withdraw 10,000 per ATM unless it's the same bank as your card. Then that's when you're allowed not to. However,
there's
banks-
no limits even if we go across the street. If we go there, they'll just let us keep on taking out
20.
all the money total in a day.
No. 20. Okay, hold on. Slow down. 20 is 20 to 25,000 is what you're allowed to withdraw from an ATM if your bank card matches the ATM, aka if that's for example, again, as I was saying earlier, if you have a China bank account and you have a China bank card, we withdraw 20,000 from that China bank ATM. You're allowed to, but let's say I come in with, let's say, Metro in a China bank ATM, you're only allowed 10,000. Basically, if your card does not match the ATM machine, you're limited to 10,000. No questions asked. You're allowed to go past 10,000 if the ATM matches your card. However, banks do not install machines in bars. Those are third-party machines.
Yeah, which would be really
Which
easy to
means
get a scammer on it.
odds are you're only allowed 10,000.
Yeah.
So that being said, well, even if you put a scammer, you're still not allowed to withdraw 10,000 over 10,000.
Yeah, I'm just mentioning
Because
it's
you're
easier,
still
'cause
capped at.
Somebody said that there. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
honey.
So the reason why I put the
By the way, this is one
this
of the
out
three kittens. She's already 7
is,
months
let's
old.
see. Well, he said it's 1,000
Total, right?
No,
But there's
no,
the
that
amount.
that goes beyond the
Yeah, that's what I
limit.
said. There's several things we were looking at. We're like, yeah,
There's a
let's
lot
cover
of things
this.
that don't add up. That's what I was getting at. Again,
I couldn't get past.
I
the
don't
Filipino
feel
thing,
bad
you.
saying this. First off, again, we never revealed who the person is,
His
but
name's David.
what I'm saying is it
David's
goes
an idiot.
past the
Don't be
max
like David.
limit of the bank.
Tell David not to be an idiot.
Unless,
George, tell David not to be an idiot.
right, not to be an idiot.
No.
Now it's possible if he.
Uh,
No, see that breaks everything. See, here's the thing:
we're trying to sleuth this here.
if you use an American card,
Okay, hi.
or okay, because again, he's an American, I assume.
Would you like some
If
coffee?
you use an American card, he can withdraw over 50,000 pesos in a machine.
There you
Yes.
go. How was that?
However, then that contradicts that he withdrew over
Did
10,000.
you say count her dicks?
Yeah, contradicts. Yeah.
Just count her dicks, she'll get paid.
No, I didn't say count her dicks. I mean, that's up to him. If he's, it's up to
Count
him if
her
he's up to
dicks.
if he likes
Count
ladyboys
her
or not.
dicks, 'cause
That's
he
all
might-
on him.
Yeah, but count her
But-
dicks.
but
'cause you
what I'm
might
saying
catch
is,
something. Count her dicks. 'Cause you might
If
catch
you use
some
an
counter
American
dick.
Kitty card, he can go over 50,000. However, it breaks the logic that he can withdraw over 10,000 because again,
Mhm.
you're not allowed to withdraw
Put
over
you down.
10,000 if your card does not match the ATM.
Go on. Don't
So
touch it.
therefore, he obviously used a Philippine card, and that's what I was getting at.
So then he means he might have been a resident or somebody who had
No,
a
he
bank.
used a
So he
resident
might be here
bank,
long term.
yeah.
I thought he was.
Yeah,
just
so that's
coming
what
in.
I'm saying. So that alone counters his story.
Thirsty grandpa, yeah, in
know what
a
I'm saying?
thirsty third world
Yeah.
country, it equals
No. And
disaster.
again,
You got that right,
that
Lucas.
that counters his story because that doesn't
Good
make
morning,
sense in
AI
a lot
Coconut.
of ways. Yeah.
Hello, hello, George. Hey, happy Labor Day.
If it's yellow, don't. Yeah.
Let
If
it
it's
mellow.
yellow, let it mellow. Yes. If it's brown, flush it down. That's what I remember whenever someone says mellow.
Okay. Hey, World Philippines. Why don't these strippers carry a purse? Money from the panties or brawls can be rejected by shops. See Mattress Mick in Dublin. New story, huh? Okay. Good morning. No sweaty brawl money, right?
There you go.
This guy is 80 years old living, yeah. Is it Cookie? Yeah, Cookie's having a good time. George said the 5-second rule, yeah. What's going on? Bookham Dano is in the house. Good morning. Liquor in the front, poker in the rear. Poker,
There you
poker
go.
in the house. George likes to count her dicks. Count her dicks. But I guess that's kind of the British way. If you say it a little slower, count her dicks. It's contradiction to what I was doing, but I was just counting her dicks because I just wanted to know if she was with 3,000 men last week. But she got paid. That's how I paid my mortgage.
Well, speaking of,
Paying mortgage.
Rotherham, but anyway, let's keep going.
Rotherham. There it is. Yeah,
Don't go to Rotherham. But
Okay.
anyway.
Would George get a phone number from the bathroom wall? I thought about putting his name on a bathroom wall. Next time I'm put it up in the Marquee Mall. If he acts a fool about all this information about Walking Street, I'm gonna drop his number. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give away his ex's address and put an ad in the paper.
I forgot where I found that hole in the wall in the bathroom.
Probably the one you made.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not counting that one, but yeah, sure.
That's how their channel started, right? Probably about the girls. George could get his old phone number from the wall and just not remember, maybe, probably. And that's what we do. You know, me and George,
Whoa.
I was talking to George yesterday, and I showed it to him. There's a trend. It's probably been going on, but you notice if there's one trend, like they've been showing these women in the United States with the food stamps, like literally they're collecting a lot of food stamps. It's not even fake accounts. The idiots are making accounts showing how they spend it and call it free money now in the US. And then they cook in their dirty houses or trailer parks, and people want to watch it because it's a train wreck. And then these people are reporting them back to the government, which of course they've cut that stuff out, and they've been cutting the junk food out on them, but they're making money on top of money. Well, there's another trend going around on the internet where the women are giving advice how to destroy their lives. I mean, crazy, like
Oh, no.
contact
That
their
shouldn't be
rental-
legal.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be
No,
legal.
really bad stuff like ordering bugs inside
Because-
their house, put their phone numbers,
Yeah.
tell them there's a free TV, come knock on my door and get
No,
all the
that
address
shouldn't be legal.
on
No.
the internet. No, these women, And one woman even claims to be an attorney, which is probably a lie because you're allowed to say you're a lot of things these days and get away with it if you have.
Well, I mean,
A woman says,
in
I'm
all
an attorney,
in all
but don't take my legal
probability,
advice.
in
It's
all
crazy.
probability, she's not. Because
I wouldn't doubt it. In this day and age, she might be an attorney.
okay, if she is,
It's really messed up.
then she has no clients. Because I wouldn't hire somebody like that.
They probably don't even. You'd be surprised how many people don't even get, like you said, a lot of people aren't on the internet.
No, well,
And if they get a bunch of
that's
crazy
really
women
low
like
number
me,
now.
if you do that, they might appreciate her grit for doing it. You know, there's a bunch of toxic people out there,
Because you can't
toxic
trust somebody who does that.
Either way, I mean, I didn't quite believe she was, but it wouldn't
If
surprise me.
anybody who hires that type of attorney, then they're out of their gourd.
I'm just letting you know that she says she is.
No,
didn't say
I know.
believed her.
I know
just
that.
like you'll
I'm
get
just saying.
doctors giving bad advice that say they're
Well,
doctors.
most of them aren't even doctors. There's a slew of fake doctors and fake dentists lately. But anyway,
Yeah.
my life is so different. I can't relate. My girl has a girlfriend.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
George, yeah, that's George.
Okay, now just real quick. If your girlfriend or your boyfriend has a girlfriend or a boyfriend, again, I'm not judging, and they let you know before the relationship, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
The problem is if they hide it from you, then
What was
that's
that
when it's
for?
wrong.
What's your
Because
problem?
you're accepting cheating. But when they put it out in front, they're not cheating because they let you know up front.
Opinion, traveling back to the Philippines with a buddy, I do not know his record history, which possibly means if you're asking, I kind of feel you might know he may or may not. If he gets flagged and rejected, can it hurt you? No, they're not going to put you in that boat with them unless you carry his bag or do something where it's got something in it.
Well,
like
unless he's
guilt by association, and
if
you say
he's
something,
guilty of like,
they're liable to set you aside. If he's a
what I'm saying is
pedo in
if
the
he's a
past or-
terrorist, that kind of stuff, then yeah.
Well, I think it'll be more.
You'll get investigated,
I
of course,
think the
before they
pedo-
release you.
Yeah, the pedo.
They can still hold you.
Pedo. Yeah, they'll at least hold you to.
They can
talk
still
to
hold
maybe.
you.
Or maybe not at all. But I don't. They're not going to reject you.
Well, if it's the Ito thing again, probably not. But if it's if he's an terrorist, then they can hold you.
I would just say, just expect if they know you're together, they're liable.
That's what I said.
That's any country, though. I just got to say.
No, that's any country again, and there's exceptions.
They could just wave you both in and not talk to either of you. There's a
That's
good
possible too.
possibility. Yep.
Yeah.
Economic hardship, Angela City, AMD, then get knocked up. Maybe can't believe all these single moms are Pinoys leaving them. So they're knocking them up everywhere, whether it's walking street. There's a whole streets of them here. That's the sad part. A lot of these guys just come here for 2 weeks and never return again. And these girls, I do talk to some of these girls, and I'll tell you for a fact that a lot of these guys are promising long term while they're with them. So these women are cooking, cleanings, best behavior, doing their thing, sexing them up, and then these guys never return. It was like the party of their lifetime. And think about it, it's like a honeymoon stage on Christmas Day and all that wrapped in one, Christmas Day and your birthday wrapped in one. These women are going to try to impress you, the ones that are in that field where, whether it's the bar girls, whether it's dating and everything else, these guys will make quick decisions to say they're going to marry him. They believe it. They buy him some stuff. They run the shit up on the credit card and then they dump them. Hence, a lot of these babies are here that are mixed. So it's kind of messed up. George has done it about 7 times. Come in with, we call it the credit card baby fantasy days. How many times have you done that? Look at George George reminiscing. I mean, that's got to be, I think about it and I'm like, that's almost genius, because they don't even have to, it doesn't even have to be the bar fine girls. They can just find one of these girls online and come in, like Mike used to say. They used to come in, MYK, you said they used to come in on these credit cards and they just pick these girls up, take them to Jollibee, they're impressed, take them out to eat, then the girls invite them back to their place. They don't pay for a hotel no more. They sex it up with them and tell them, oh, I love you in a few days, or the girls vice versa. And it's Very easy to manipulate the Filipinas. Very easy for to manipulate the expats. It's just a wonderful world, man. It's messed up, and there's a lot of kids left behind.
Well, I won't say they're easy to manipulate, and I'm not easy. They're hard to manipulate because it's all on the guy. Again, I'm talking about guys here because Heidi's mentioned Filipinas. The reason
Yeah,
why,
but sometimes they lock in the middle where she's trying to get him hooked in.
well, for
Whether she gets pregnant, trying to
well,
get pregnant.
I know that. What I'm
whether
saying
he promises to
is,
marry and then she's manipulating him at some point. It could be both of them.
well, that's the thing.
Desperation wreaking on both sides.
First
like
off
bad
is
high karate clone.
um, first off, okay, you shouldn't have to pay for a bar fine to get laid. Okay, in the Philippines. Okay, I'm talking about specifically in the Philippines. Now,
Yeah,
the issue I hear,
consider
okay,
himself lucky.
the issue I hear is a lot. I hear a lot of guys says, "Oh, again, I'm talking about the West and the Philippines." I hear from guys it's easier to get women in the West, believe it or not. I hear that from the guys it's easier to get women from the West, and I hear it from the guy.
You mean like last call?
No, that's the
Oh.
point I'm trying to make. I hear from the guys again. It's easier to get women from the West, and I hear from guys that it's easier to get women in the Philippines. My point being is it's not the place, it's where you're freaking at. That's up to you if you want to make it hard. It's up to you if you want to make it easy. It's up again.
I
If you
think it's easier here because the
no,
guy's money
I
carries
I
a
know
long
that.
way.
I know that. I'm aware of that. I'm not arguing with that. But point being is
And a lot of
there's guys
desperation.
that have a harder time in the West.
Yeah.
The point being is it's nothing to do with the country. It's the person.
You
And
working for the Philippine government right now?
how am I working for the Philippine government when I just clearly stated some guys say it's easier to get women in the West?
Not everybody's a stud muffin like you there.
It's not, I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about other people. But anyway, again, if you lead with your wallet, that's what you end up with. Remember that.
Mhm.
Right. Thank you. Both countries. So that's what I'm getting at. It's all on how you do it, but bottom line,
I just
whether
feel
you're
they're
in the
both
West or
taking
whether you're
advantage.
here,
They're taking
you
advantage of the thirsty
you
guys
should
and
not
vice
pay
versa.
for punani,
How many of you
or
been
you
back?
should not
But
pay
there's a
for
lot of that.
sausage.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you're at. In fact, you know what? That bar fine that
That is
these
their plans
these
when most of them
guys
come
spend,
here.
okay, the bar fine that these guys spend, I'm like, I could have just asked a girl out and taken her out on a nice date and have regular punani anytime versus keep paying for it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys will agree with me. Like, yeah, why the hell would I like pay for sex when I can just date a girl? It's the same thing. And then you can always come back for it.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, the best business is no business in the Philippines. Nobody listens. You have zero rights.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, interesting. You want to make sure that's plugged in. Someone says they think my mic's off. Maybe
Move it
just-
closer. But probably not. But okay, now just real quick again, you do have rights.
Lucas said it too. That's 2 in a row. Lucas said it.
Oh,
seems
it
to be.
is.
Yeah.
Again, it's probably too far. All right, but anyway, you do have rights. However, the one right you don't have, and a lot of people forget this.
Just want to make sure they're here. Talk.
What do you mean? I've been talking.
Hello, hello. Okay, no, it shows it's moving.
I know.
Okay, so
All right, now, I'm not defending the Philippines here. The only place that you're known to have the freedom of speech, I'm going to be honest with you, and a lot of people forget this, is the United States of America. You can go to Canada and they'll be like, no, you don't have that here. You can go to Britain. They'll say, no, you don't have that here. You don't have
They
freedom of
think they
speech in
do,
Britain.
but
You don't have freedom of speech in
and
Canada.
honestly, that's disappearing from the
And
U.S.
guess what?
It's disappearing from the
Those
U.S.
are the English countries. You think you have freedom of speech in the Philippines? No. You're far away from the West. Even the Western countries will tell you, you don't have freedom of speech here. If you guys don't believe me, go over to those countries. Don't talk to citizens that live in the freaking US. They're not real Canadians. They're not real British. But real British people that just fly over to visit, they're like, oh no, mate, or Australians, sorry. Yeah, you don't have freedom of speech anywhere in the world other than the United States of America.
And even then, that's limited now. They can still block you on
Oh
social
yeah,
media
no,
accounts
no,
based
not
on.
nowadays, yeah, because they're shutting down YouTube channels or shutting down
On
news
both sides,
things.
all
Again, I'm
sides,
not.
based on different
I'm
things,
just
whether it's
saying it's,
politics, religion,
but
it's
keep in mind
everything.
that's somewhat been there. It's always been that way. That they will silence you in the U.S. even then. So even then, a lot
Good
of
morning,
a lot of
Kara.
Americans will tell you you don't have real freedom of speech in America. But again, that's not from me. I'm talking about other people.
Well, that's probably going to be our next topic. Is it'll be something like white boy privilege or white privilege? Do we have it or something? Because I keep hearing Filipinos talk about race and people, or Americans, or different people, and then you hear expats that come here, live here long term, and then all the vloggers. I guess there's a story going around. We seen it a couple days ago where a vlogger had went to a certain part of the Philippines, and then but we'll get into it. So basically, there was a whole situation where him and this Filipino got into it. Now they got this kid serving some sort of small community service based on him threatening the vlogger. In my opinion, the vlogger is still breaking the rules of the Philippines because they say stop recording these people and kids, and there's all these rules and laws. Nobody's really adhering to it, but right in front of the world, he broke it, and they punished the kid and didn't do nothing to him. So a lot of Filipinos and expats are just having an opinion. Is it because the vlogger was British? Was it because, others are, of certain privilege? But it was like, oh, you can't treat a vlogger like that. A lot of these vloggers are here long term in the Philippines, and they're not adhering to about 10 of the laws, but then they want to force them on the Filipinos. So it's kind of odd. So once you leave your country, what I wanted to say is once you leave your country, all these things change, and what they will apply to you here in the Philippines may not be applied to the expats or expats. There is a divide. We have to admit there is some sort of divide. I don't like that they try to give me privilege all the time. You know how like we'll walk in and there's Filipinos there, and then they will bring me to a checkout line right away, or if we're at the bank, or like
Okay,
immigration
see
took me inside in the
that's
NBI. Is there some sort of privilege thing? But when I seen this
no, there
guy,
is, there's
he's been in the country for a while, and ever since they mentioned that rule, this guy is still recording and putting cameras in people's faces. And so I'm like, but you're not going to do nothing to this blogger that isn't set up, properly or on the proper permits, probably long term, just doing tourist visas. And did anybody say anything to him about recording these people? Did he have their permission? Can this kid and his family turn on him for doing that? The guy took so many risks, but as I'm to understand, the guy actually told the local people about it. And I'm like, I just think it was a kid being a kid. But anyways, we may cover that on another. But anyway, sorry.
no, you're fine. But you have to remember too, again, I'm not picking on any particular race or the reality is it doesn't matter what nationality you are, but you only recognize your own. What I'm saying is, again, Filipinos will always say this: foreigners get away with everything.
Right. That's what I
And
mean. And the fact this
foreigners
kid
will
got punished,
say,
he shouldn't have been out there to begin with. If he wasn't out there recording, then
right. And again, like I said, Filipinos will say foreigners will get away with everything. A British guy will say that Filipinos get away with everything. An
yeah.
American guy will say, Filipinos get away with every. Point being, you only recognize your kind. So a Filipino will say again, foreigners get away with everything. So what I'm saying, so are you telling me that everybody's right and or everybody's wrong? No, it's because it's what you want to see. Reality is a lot of Filipinos do get into trouble more than foreigners do. That's a fact. In fact, Heidi has seen this personally because she's been here a while. And she goes through and sees Philippine news more because
A long time here straight in the last 5 years as an American female expat. You'll get a lot of them that'll come in and out of their country. They go back to Britain. They'll say, well, so and so was here for 13 years. No, they did not live inside the country all 13 years. They live 4 or 5 years having a baby in Britain, and then they come back, or they're in and out of the country and everything. But as far as, yeah, close to 5 years.
no, yeah, again, but
I'm not,
bottom
I can't say
line,
I'm an expat of 17 years.
for the
or
most
something,
part, they let, again, I really could care less who gets caught more here, but no, more Filipinos get caught more. A lot more foreigners do get caught less because there's several reasons why. Because one, a lot of Filipinos don't want to get nosebleed and deal with you. They don't want to deal with you. That's the key thing. They don't want to deal with a foreigner. They don't want to deal with you. They just want to like move along.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, you could say. I totally agree with Heidi. Some of the men who come here do exactly what you say. Both parties know what's going on. I mean, you would think the Filipinas would too, or the guys. More so, I keep hearing it's the guys that know they're actually doing it. The Filipinas are really just wanting a way out of life here, like their poor circumstances. The guy is getting the hot box. Yeah, he's getting hot boxed, and then the girl's living a fantasy, or they both do. And a lot of these guys have families back home. They're living the credit card dream on that and then just worry about paying late. A lot of them never come back. A lot of the people watching your channel, Rich, and watching ours, a lot of them, it's a temporary fantasy. They may not even come at all.
Yeah, a lot of them even marry. They
And
go that
then-
far.
And then, yeah, they'll go as far as to go ahead and they'll stay here for a few months and do all that and live into it for a while and then never actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but it's I kind of get it also. I just think they're living in like a fantasy world of some sort, but the kids are the ones that are getting left behind and stuff. So, but some of them will get money for a while, and I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't want to get into. I was thinking of the vlogger that got her fresh out of the market, like literally. She wasn't even 18, and there was a couple of them fighting over her or something out in the province, and lifted her up out of poverty. Now she's back in America. And, well, she's back in America. He's back in America with her, but I don't know. She was really young. They didn't even have windows in their house when he met her. But I'm sorry, when you've got nothing but a thing. There's no glass panes. You're living out of a Nipa hut like, or half the house is with a tin roof, and part of the house is dirt floors, and
It's a
you're
plywood structure
doing-
with a roof.
Right. And that is reality for a lot of these Filipinas that are province. They come in the cities. When you see them in the cities in an apartment, they've already worked their way up for a while. Call centers and everything here in Angeles City, and not everything's big city here. It's big province here. And they go out there, and then after that, they're thirsty because these guys, there's just no way. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I know this offends guys by saying even I wouldn't be dating this, and that person. Men married 3 and 4 times and with all their habits, and they're not exactly a Ken doll themselves, bitching about American women, but they take so much advantage of these women too. And then, like you said, there's some sort of funky balance. Does it work? Do people meet the right Filipinas here and happily ever after? Yes. But I really think there's a bigger portion of them taking advantage, period. And then they never come back, or the ones that come in and just take advantage and stay here. And there's so much going on. I just pray for everybody. So bow your head.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Now,
But yeah,
the thing with kids, I'm talking about specifically Filipinos and Westerners. That's a catch-22, and what I'm saying is,
30-day fiance.
Um,
Change your number.
most of the time, I say most of the time, I'm not saying all the time. Most of the time, both parties are old enough to know better. And what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
they're both responsible for the child. And what I'm saying is, whether or not the guy wants it or whether or not the girl wants it, they're both responsible. How? one, the girl spread her legs. Two, the guy stick it in there unless he, tripped on a skateboard and fell right in, which happens to me a lot, by the way. But what I'm saying
16
is
times.
correct. One in every state. Now,
Oh, I
what?
just noticed one of your donuts is blue.
Yeah,
It is blue.
It is. Yeah, I saw that early. Now, what I'm getting at is now, you can say that, oh, he abandoned her. Well, she let him in, or
Yep, somebody
that she
knocked at
left
that
him, but
door and they let
it's
him in.
you have to remember too that some of you, well, she did that to entrap him. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you the thing about entrapment with kids. The reality is, most of the time, whenever a child is born out of entrapment, most of the time, both parties have one has greater entrapment thoughts than the other. What I'm saying is,
Thoughts are strong thighs to hold him in.
well, that's the same thing.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter.
Leg lock them bitches in.
Okay, let's go to the extreme. What Heidi's saying.
It does
Okay.
happen with some,
Let's-
whether it's America or the
again,
Philippines. They know when they want
Let's
to be
go to
pregnant.
that extreme. I don't care who you are or what you are, unless you're disabled.
You better get shit out.
That woman can leg lock you all they want. You can whip that out if you really wanted to. Any guy will agree to that one on this one, unless they're the ones that, again, the ones that disagree is because part of them wants that child too. Because the reality is, most of the time,
I think they just want to bust that nut. They just want to bust
which
that
is
nut.
still
So
on
they said
them.
right.
It's
So
still
correct.
on
Okay.
them.
So they're both willing parties once they.
Like I said,
they lock it up.
unless they're disabled,
Unless
anybody,
they have that raincoat.
male or female, can get out of that lock.
So the whole point is whether it is. See, the only problem that I have is when these girls are just turning 18 and 19 and these guys are. But you know what? Some of these girls start at 14,
Yeah.
15, and 16 here, and so they're not exactly innocent either. So back in the U.S. too. I mean, they start young, so I mean, I can't just say it's just here. So
Yeah.
but
Now, if the girl can't get out of that lock, then that mean that's not. We're not even talking about the same story anymore.
men
That's
forcing
the R word now.
themselves. Yeah.
But anyway, point
Yeah, that's a
being
different.
is yes. Thank you.
I don't know how we got all the way to this conversation. You
N-
looking kind of
no, because-
what happened to you on the first date, George?
I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Do you remember the time when I got you drunk and took advantage?
That was months in.
No, it was me and George.
Months. in.
Yeah, George was very
No.
promiscuous. I mean, the opposite.
Actually, I'm not. I usually go out with a lot
That was me.
of women, but I have no intention of getting lucky because I'm really not into that.
No, George was a gentleman. So that I
And
gotta
if
say.
if the girl wants it that same night, I usually don't go out again because that's not what I'm after. I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm not
Well,
looking
that-
for a lay. I'm looking for a partner. If that makes any sense.
So, anyways, yeah, we dated.
All
for a
my
while.
exes will-
Actually, I thought something was
All
wrong.
my exes will tell you
So
that.
yeah, so no, it's true. So, but
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. If you have survived in your country from being scammed, why can you not be more cautious considering you are in a foreign country? Yeah, which can make things harder for you. Yeah, it boils down to education. Or, yeah, I mean, it boils down to knowing. It still surprises me. You'll see the same guys watching the same channels, multiple channels, and they know it. I know things are like magnets and accidents happen, but it seems to be the same guys come back to the same channels and say, "Oh my God, it happened to
Well,
me," and it's like,
That's why I said it's. Well, first off, no. I mean, I'm not trying to. What I'm saying is, like I said last live, I said the problem is people want to hear what they want to hear. Again, if they come across our channel, they don't want to hear reality, but they hear this other freaking vlogger that lies through their teeth and tells you,
they'll eat that shit
"Oh,
up.
here's some rainbows in the Philippines for you. Gobble it up," and they do. They gobble it up, and they're not going to listen to us. And there's something we can do about it.
Yeah. It's kind of which is okay. It's everybody's,
Yeah.
and that's true. We will not have freedom of speech much longer. People are getting in all countries, so it's just yeah, life is going on. So yeah, basically, unless you go to the market for vegetables or fruit, then you're getting charged a skin tax. Yeah. So
I get skin
I really
taxed.
still think, yeah, I really still think that that'll be our next subject is dealing with this vlogger. I myself am about punishing that vlogger. Screw you all. I'm gonna be about as dark as possible. When I seen that young kid get community service and the guy went off and told the barangay people and whatever, just because the kid said, "Oh, you don't know Visayan, I ought to drown you." That could just be a 13, 14-year-old kid. That's more of a joke. The kid was not nasty, but a bunch of people, including him, took offense. And now the guy's got like 150,000 views on a video he's being paid for, and he's been using the country. And there are rules about doing. He did not get permission from all these people that he's been showing. So he's also taking advantage of country. So that just kind of pissed me off. I was like, that's just goddamn white boy privilege.
Well,
Take your tea
there's
sipping ass back to your country.
here's the thing.
Let's save it. Let's save it because we got
Okay.
work to do. Oh, careful, you're hitting the.
Yeah, no. Well, anyway,
So you guys got the
yeah.
point. Don't get us going on that. But take your tea sipping ass somewhere else. Right underwater because you don't speak decent English.
What? Right
I know he's white,
underwater.
Oh,
Oh, because that's what he
the
said.
kid
You're,
said.
yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I'm just saying that's what.
Yeah,
that's what
that's what he said.
That might have been what happened to him, being he had improper English. The guy wasn't even. So my whole point is metal lips was. That's why I call him metal lips because of all his piercings.
Yeah,
He's
be careful whenever you watch in social media of whatever these Filipinos are saying, and then there's subtitles on the bottom. Be careful what you read because most of the time that's not what they say.
yeah, no, it's way off.
Yeah.
My opinion is paid girls versus dating. Not everyone wants relationships. So there is reasons why you gotta the guys that buy expensive call girls in New York and they're all cleaned and professional and they're only models, but yet they're really actually it is what it is situation. I'm sorry, yeah, some people just don't want to.
I'm not arguing with that, but I did state early on. I did say you lead with your wallet. You leave with your wallet, which is basically
you get
means
what
it's a
you get.
transactional relationship, and that's up to you. That's fine. That's why I said you lead with your wallet. You leave with your wallet.
That guy was living a double life, considering he had a Filipino, or at least he said
Correct,
he did.
and
So that's kind
the
of
more I look at it, the more fishy it sounds on his end. So
yeah.
And anybody who's been here a long time will be like, now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, bar girls cost you money, but hitting that like button is free, right?
Oh, there you go. Hit that like button, guys. Hit share, like, and subscribe.
Hit that sticker button at the bottom because you
Correct.
guys are a bunch of bums.
Give us
and
Bitcoin.
We have no way to pay for George's
we need
next wig.
we need
Hey,
a
Ricky
Bitcoin
needs a
to
new-
pay for the electricity.
Hey, Ricky needs a new wig, man. You looking kind of. We need to.
In
get
fact,
you a new do.
we're so behind our electricity. They shut us off last live.
They did. They shut us off.
Not really. It was a short blip.
That was the previous one.
It was
but
a short blip,
we're-
but it
we're
was
sitting-
enough. It
Hey,
was
George.
enough to like screw the entire live.
We're
Yeah.
sitting with no electricity right now.
Okay.
Might as well do what everybody else is doing in social media.
Yeah.
We are good people. Open up your wallet. and
We're
get-
good people.
Look at us.
Thank you.
Have you seen the guys that are in all these different countries, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, and literally they're like in Great Britain, and there's this guy that is actually in a subway area, and the whole time he's dancing for people. It's his entire living. And I don't know how and why 700-800 people are going to watch a guy stand there and dance all day in a subway. And he's not even good. He's literally just doing this the whole time, or doing the MP. I don't get it. I don't get
hashtag Pinky Doll. Just
people
saying.
can't see people even giving us $5 or the shit that we do, but I don't get this new TikToking thing where the entire family, 7 or 8 people, are sitting there
Don't
dancing.
get me started on TikTok. That's not even. That's
Or you guys would rather see some
I-
simping?
okay.
George, take off your shirt. Show some nipples. Maybe we'll get a
All
dollar.
right. Okay.
I'm gonna start simping and pimping out George.
Hashtag cancel George. Okay. Hashtag cancel George. I could care less if Trump shuts down TikTok. I'm just saying, because no. What I'm point is, if Trump disappears, you guys really think
Thursday.
that's gonna make your lives worse? I hate to say it. It'll probably make it better because there's so much toxic poison on TikTok. In fact, a lot of people die from following TikTok trends to this day.
There's a lot of going on. The new generation, to me, they're just, I get we're in a retirement stage, but I'm talking about these new kids just living strictly off of doing social media.
Yeah,
and
remember
they're
the
putting their kids in there,
NyQuil
their
challenge where
babies.
they cook steak with NyQuil? You know how many people expired because of that?
Oh yeah, well, it's just the
No,
internet
TikTok
now.
is horrible. It's probably one of the
Oh,
worst ones.
there you go. You can hit the lottery there.
Oh,
Lottery
wow.
time, yeah, 300, yeah,
1.1
60
billion.
million.
$1 billion.
I just want to pay my electric bill. That's kind of where me and George, we were literally talking this morning. Okay, that we were
Thank you,
discussing of like doing. We were talking about setting like a new goal that really Heidi needs to get out of the house. So we may put back up our whiteboard. We're talking about Bali. How do you say it? Bali or Bali?
Bali.
If we try to go to Japan for a couple days and pay for round trip and do all of this and go into a decent hotel, doesn't have to be super smancy. We still need a couple thousand US.
No. I want one of those rooms in the middle of the water.
Okay, so you want to go to Bali. Okay, so then we need to
Merry
start
Christmas,
raising.
guys. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that is what. How do you say it? I wrote it. That I wrote down. So I'm learning my Tagalog. Maligayang Pasko.
Yeah, Maligayang Pasko. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all.
And how do we
It's
say the rain?
The first day of.
Tell me about the raincoat thing that I'm supposed to sell. You said that when I walk.
Yosi kapote.
Yeah, I went out.
Yosi kapote.
I was selling raincoats up and
It's the
down.
first day of Christmas in the Philippines.
George said, "Carry around this box and yell that out." He says, "I said, well, what am I saying? You're saying you're selling raincoats." And I said, "Okay."
Cigarettes and raincoats.
Cigarette and raincoats. That's what I was doing. I did that the other day and made about 200 pesos. I was rich. That's how I bought some of those donuts. This is what we get for little to no sleep and a lot of coffee.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Laura. Hi, Laura. How you doing?
Hi, Laura.
Did you ship us that bug?
Yeah, George wants that little cricket.
No, it's a praying mantis.
It's a praying mantis. Yeah, we said don't put them in a box. You probably couldn't ship them in a box anyways. No shipping boxes in. Probably no shipping box.
If you dipped it in water, a worm probably would have come out of his butt. But anyway, not even joking.
That's what happens to you when I dip
80%
you.
of them are infected with a worm that kills them.
That's what happens when I dip you in warm water. Something always falls out of your butt.
That's called D, the big D.
Is that what that is?
That doesn't sound right, but I guess you can take it both ways. That didn't sound right either, but anyway, I'm shutting up right now.
I guess we're just kind of going down. Speaking of insurance, I watched Sunshine Shoulders. It looks like I didn't get to watch the video fully. Looks like he says he's finally breaking down and getting a car, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. At some point it does help, but I don't know about taking it everywhere. So we use the e-trike. We take grabs, and so it just kind of depends. So I don't know. Maybe I ought to hit the street, start doing street interviews, and we can get the money to go to Bali. And that's what I was talking about was Bali. So believe it or not, it is cheaper and half the price for us to go to Bali versus Japan. I don't know why.
Oh no, Japan's always been expensive.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
know.
always
So
been
anyways, we'll
expensive.
be saving for an out-of-town thing as long as my legs can
Japan
carry
is
me.
expensive for its natives, much less the tourists.
I think the biggest thing is for me to be motivated and not be sick with my lupus and different things for me to get out for a long-term vacation. And we have to board the animals. We have to drop them off at your daughter's house or have your uncle come watch them. Will your uncle come to the house and watch the pets for a few days?
He doesn't do that crap.
What?
No, he doesn't.
Even if we buy him beer and cigarettes?
No.
I'm just joking. It's a joke. We'll just drop the pets off with your daughter. That'll work.
Oh no, she doesn't do that crap either.
She's bougie. But anyways, I'm just out there. But yeah, that's really the biggest reason we don't go anywhere beyond a day or two. So, but I would still like the Geo on the go has really got me like inspirationally inspired and hired about getting out of here and going somewhere now. So,
Yeah, there's that saying that I got some dogs to guard my house. Now I need somebody to guard my dogs. I'm out of the house.
pretty much. So the cats we could leave with feeder and water for a couple of days, but even that's really risking it with the cat box and the cat boxes. But then we have the outdoor
Yeah,
dog,
but like I
indoor
said,
dog.
that's the saying.
So I don't even know what we would do. I still see that's just it. Every time I talk about it, I'm like, that would be expensive. And could you imagine taking this many cats and boarding them, including 2 dogs, at one facility?
Some do.
That'd be
I mean,
better.
I wouldn't personally because I mean,
And to hire somebody in.
our
and-
cats aren't that crazy in the first place.
Well, here's the thing, but I mean, we would be gone at least 3 days. We can't leave indoor dogs and cats, nobody to clean the cat box. They would eat each other.
The
after
dog
a couple
is
days.
the issue, not so much the cats.
Well, the outdoor dog too. So that's just it.
That's why I
There's too
said
much-
the dogs are the issue.
Yeah, but who would clean the cat box after a couple of days? We have to clean the cat box twice a day
why
now.
when we went out, we had extra. Like right now, we still have extra cat
Well,
litter
you're
boxes.
right. We could put out a ton of them, which would still be pretty nasty after 3 days.
Well,
but
it's the price to pay, and then you just have the feeders,
we
the
could
one that dispense food.
Well-
But anyway, that's what we've done before. It's
Yeah,
not the
but-
cats that are the issue; it's dogs. Anybody who has cats will agree to me. I mean,
Yeah. So yeah, it's a hot mess. So there's local guys here who's outside of the mega mall and fakes like he's playing the violin. He fakes it with the song playing on his Spotify. He puts on a great show. I respect the hustle and give him some money. There's a lot of side hustles. I guess we're just up there in age or seen so many hustles and useless talent that it almost makes part of it. You know, you really got to have special talent, in my opinion, to be out there. But it's
well, in all fairness, it's still performance. And again, I'm not defending the guy or attacking him.
those MP3 guys
But
that are
what-
just in a subway doing this is just. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
they're doing what they have to do.
a good example is drag shows. Okay, drag shows are a perfect example. Drag shows, I would say 90% of the time they're not actually singing; they're just
Well, yeah.
lip syncing, and you're not watching them to sing; you're watching them to perform. So
Yeah, and
it's a performance.
how they transform themselves, which is okay. But what I'm saying is, honestly, 80% of the stuff out there now,
like
on the internet, on YouTube, the podcasters, the people now trying to be big news broadcasters is shit. In my opinion, 80% is shit. And the more people that come out with content, the more the others just make shit.
Yeah, and like for instance, I'm not talking about Milli
But I
Vanilli
just-
here, but LMFAO, remember them? I saw them come out on stage and they weren't even singing. They were singing, they were lip syncing, but it was obvious they were lip syncing. Again, it
Silent
was a
quitting.
performance. So
Harry said, George is 1.1 billion, but you only get about 400 million. Yeah, I just
right? True story.
I just
right?
take $10 US right now to buy donuts for next week.
True story.
Why do you want the bug? Yeah, he's talking about the on your short. He's seen your short this morning. Yeah, he just wants.
Mhm.
George likes bugs. He's got bugs. He grows bugs. He just likes any sort of bugs. We hit the 90s today. The bugs scare me. So Philippines is not my place to live. I'm suffering in heat. No, it's kind of varying. Like it's dropped in our area as low as about 80 towards the evening, but the humidity's high. George freezes in the AC at night with these blankets on him, but here in a little bit we will probably hit 90 today with humidity.
Where's Laura at?
I forgot what city. That's bad. I'm
Laura,
sorry.
where you at?
I
The
forgot.
reason why I say that is because I think I've seen more bugs in Florida than here. But then again, we are in
We're
the
not-
city.
We're in the city, yeah. We don't.
We are in the
go
city, though.
out to the province where all the rest of them. We're not
Yeah.
the same. We got like the ants, and we got the cicadas that go off in the field across the street. And
Yeah, and the palmetto bugs. That's it.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Victoria? Good morning.
Hey, Victoria.
Hello, Spring. And again, for those that are just joining, it is happy Labor Day for us here in the Philippines. There'll be a lot of Americans still
And Merry
celebrating.
Christmas.
And it is the first day of Christmas. Feliz Navidad.
Can you say
So-
Jose Marie Chan just arrived?
There you go, bitch. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yeah, Jose Marie Chan. He's a wonderful singer in the Philippines. He turned into a mascot of Christmas.
Yeah, do you want me to find?
Yeah. He's famously known for his song "Beautiful Girl." Unfortunately, I don't think that made it to the U.S.
Here.
That's
Well, I
It's-
think everybody was going to look. But
it's
yeah,
alright.
they showed that he just arrived. I think he lives outside the U.S. because someone said he just arrived in the Philippines.
You mean he
recently.
lived in the U.S.? You mean?
Or he does. They
Yeah,
showed
no,
him
he probably
flying
does,
in, or
yeah.
another. Maybe he arrived in the Manila area to do some recording at the studios or something.
Well, I wouldn't
but-
be surprised if he lived in the U.S.
Yeah, or wherever he lives. I'm not sure. But anyways, he's the mascot here for.
Yeah,
What's
he's kind of like Michael Bublé is, except bigger.
Japan is expensive,
Yeah.
man. A lot of the shops you're talking
Oh
about
my
paying
God,
double
Japan
almost
is seven
U.S.
for me.
I mean, we could try raising, because I'm not about draining any additional money out of our account that's already draining. That's absolutely for plane ticket and a super emergency for medical. But that's why we like the platform, is we do things for our pets, and then we do things when we do special stuff ourselves, and then travel. We've raised money to do travel through our YouTube channel. That's one of the main reasons, besides talking to you people and you guys being our people. But Japan would be. We're talking $3,000. That means if we would plan to go in 6 months, we'd have to raise $500 a month or have a pure sponsor that would just send 3,000 US, and then we'll go to Japan. It'll be antics doing Japan. George will just do Japan. You're looking forward to doing Japanese, right?
Not really.
What? I thought you wanted to do a Gundam. I thought you were gonna. She said you're gonna bend him over, and make him your bitch. I thought you were gonna like give it to that statue like you did the cats last week.
You know how huge a Gundam is?
You know how small you are?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you would just drop you in his butt.
Yeah, that's about right. 'Cause the Gundam's like what, 5 stories tall?
Well, we can get one from the shop that's your size, just the right size.
Yeah, small factoid. A Gundam is a giant robot, and there's several Gundams in
San
Japan.
Francisco. She's in California. I was
But-
thinking California.
The last Gundam that they created, the U.S. government had to put a stop in the development because they didn't want a whole life-size walking mech walking autonomously or controlled by a civilian. So the government says, stop what you're doing, just leave it as is now, where it walks, but only a few steps. Yeah, so it's just funny. Point being is, it sounded to me that Japan could do it.
We might. We just have to see. We got to see where
Yeah.
the funds go. But I think that's our goal, because we have raised funds on this channel. We've had a lot of generous supporters, like for the e-trike, because it was easier for me to get around. We use it all the time. It's been a blessing the last couple of years. But we saved and had people contribute over time. And then we showed you guys, we bought the e-trike. We had contributions for the AC at one point, and then for, what was the other, the washer, we had generous support. And it's been a blessing. I mean, it's been a God blessing. But Japan would be a nice dream. I think it's going to be a lot of walking. I may have to have 6. By the way, make that 4,000 US dollars, because I'm going to have to pay somebody $1,000 to carry me around. Because I'm not going to be able to walk. It's just probably going to be a lot of walking. So I'll probably have to use just that much to pay somebody to push me around. Probably about 2 hours for 1,000 US. It's expensive. Japan, right? Or we just pay George $100 to push me around. The struggle is real. Look at I'd be too busy in Japan doing Japan. I think Bali would be something like calm, like where I can just roll out of the cabin and onto the beach, get sunburned and back in, and do some content. I probably could do Bali. A couple of the houseboys too, but
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, I can just always
hot dogs in Bali.
push Heidi on the wheelchair all the way to the edge of the beach.
Skadoosh.
And then there's a
Good.
beach like skadoosh.
So that's more doable for about 1,500 US or less.
Yep.
So save the money. You said Japan was your dream. How about this? How about we send you to Japan and you can just eat rice and toyo and take your own canned sardines, and I'll go to Bali by myself.
Well, unless you're going to downtown Japan and to the Tokyo Tower and go to the Shinjuku district, what I'm saying is you're pretty much limited to that area. What I'm talking about
Yeah.
you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't exactly
What I'm saying
get around
is
well anymore.
the other places are
Just-
not handicap accessible, I guess. Kind of like the mountains, like the temples of Japan. They're usually off the beaten
I mean, I
path. You
get
have to
around,
do a hike.
guys. For those that know
That
me, I just am limited.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, most of them are off the beaten path. They're off on hike. You have to go hiking on for most of the landmarks and stuff like that.
Yeah, for those that know me or like George, the further down the line I get, it's more my energy levels. And then once I do, I can barely even stand. I have little to no muscle tone. And although I get out, it's just everything that just destroys me in a
And
short
then-
period. I have no energy with this lupus. I usually, like, probably after this, we'll do a lunch and something. George has got a few things to do. And then by 2 o'clock, I'll feel like I've got the virus all over again. It feels like COVID, totally drained and totally like I don't have any energy left. So it's more of an energy thing for me or standing long term or anything. So it's sad, but it's just where it is. But yeah, Joe Mari. Yeah, there's something about Joe Mari. Hilarious Christmas memes. Yeah, he's a Filipino. Oh, he
Yeah.
is a billionaire.
Jose
yeah.
Marie-chan.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
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 I guess that's the short. Is that
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I've seen it. Yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Mari.
Jose Marie-chan.
Yeah, in real life, sugar. Oh, he's a sugar magnate. So his family owns the sugar cane. Whatever. I didn't know he was that rich. Or
Well, I know he's got money. I don't know how much money he has.
he's got George money. I just got George money.
You're right.
We'll be lucky to make it to Candy Palace this birthday. Thanks, George. Candy Palace to have a mango shake.
Huh. Laura says two of my sisters were born in Japan.
Oh wow. California is accessible. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was the next line. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh sweet. It's okay. I knew what you meant. Oh, Victoria. Yeah, California is accessible. Yeah. No, surprisingly, I do not. For those that know my medical history, basically, when I left the United States about a year before I was diagnosed with lupus, my daughter, that is in her 30s, also has lupus. Nobody else in the family does, but both of us. She was diagnosed more recently. Mine was about 6 years ago. George was there when I got the diagnosis, and I knew something was off. I was getting more and more tired, and things started happening, like with my organs. It's pretty severe at times, and so I'm just susceptible to anything. I think that's why I get sick at different times, and it's easy for me to get sick. But no,
Well,
even with my weight, okay, which is usually an insinuation with weight, would become sleep apnea.
Heidi
not.
doesn't have sleep apnea, but she has bad sleeping habits. And what I'm getting at is, again, I'm not picking on Heidi because
No.
it's what she does. She sleeps on her stomach with her face down on the pillow.
Yeah, so
And I keep telling her that, like, you suffocate yourself, and then
I do. I sleep.
and then yeah, she sleeps. She
Yeah.
dives her face on the pillow, and then in the middle of the night, she's like, and
Yeah.
she's doing this while she's asleep. She
Yeah, it's
she
bad
literally has her
habit.
face down on the pillow.
Yeah, I just think a lot of it. But no, but I do, okay, which has only been probably the last 10 years. I have an inhaler for asthma, but I think that shortness of breath because of the steroids and
Yeah.
just everything swells up. But like I said, I think I had went healthy. It's been closer to 4 months now. Went totally healthy, eating greens and different things. And George is watching me. I cut out. I use like monk fruit sugar. Got rid of the sugar, and on occasion, like today, we had the donuts. A few times since I started have I went AWOL. But I started eating some chips and salty things and popcorn with salt and everything. And now the last few days, everything's been swollen. So I got to get it back off of it again. But pretty much it. I've been overweight for quite some time. And then since I left the United States and we don't really do a whole lot, yeah, I've gained weight. I've already talked about that. But now I've been losing weight again. So, but kind of hard to say, like you said. If he goes away and goes to the family house, and I told you the other night he stayed the night at the family house. When he comes back, that's when you really see the swelling. When you're on top of each other, it's kind of hard to see a weight gain swelling thing, but
Well,
that's
that's
about
with
it.
anybody.
Yeah, so he notices it more when he's. But it has been bad here lately. But I got to get off the salt. The salt is my worst enemy right now, and the sugar. So it just the packaged foods that we got rid of most packaged foods. Yeah, you seen the McDonald's yesterday, but that was like the first time in forever because McDonald's is the devil. So it says walking is very easy in Japan, but Japanese love stairs. Yeah, everything is stairs. Yeah, no, just for me, it's going to be any distance because multiple things. So besides weight, besides I need knee replacement from years of work, and the lupus, forget about it. Just lupus alone, I don't have the strength. I'm tired. It feels like I always need a nap now. It feels like, I deal with anemia on top of it. And then people are like, well, why'd you go to the Philippines? My ass would still be sick in the US too. At least my rent's cheap. You know what I mean? Yes, medical conditions, things can drop south here as quick as they can there. You just want to make sure you're taking care of everything. So I try to do the maintenance, and we went into eating healthy months ago, but yeah, the stairs would definitely do me in.
Yeah.
So, and don't fool yourself for the guys that are like, oh, well, there's Heidi overweight and blah, blah. There's a lot of bitches here overweight as far as these guys arriving and stuff, or they can't go nowhere or can't hardly do anything themselves, passing judgment.
No, I rarely see
Healthy,
healthy, skinny
expats.
expats. That's more of a rarity than anything.
Yeah, everybody has their issues. You have to know what you can bring. And so we had already halfway packed up when the diagnosis came in, and I accepted that. I've totally accepted that I'll be dealing with my own issues when things come along. And if need
Yeah.
be, I guess I'll go back to the US.
And you have to remember too that it doesn't mean that somebody's skinny or fit,
That they're
because
fit.
I looked fit for the longest time, and even then I tell people I'm not fit. I just look fit.
Yeah, well,
You know.
that's a lot of the
Although
people
don't get me
have
wrong, I
mentality.
can do more than as the average person, but still in my book, that doesn't mean I'm fit.
Yeah, she's saying laying on your left side is best. I do tend to do that. I can only lay so long, especially we ended up getting those quarter pounders yesterday. I think there was so much salt in there, and then I made the Swedish meatball. Still had salt in the meat, so usually I don't eat a lot of red meat or add salt to things. I doubled down, man. My stomach, it felt like I was 9 months pregnant, and then I'm trying to lay on my stomach. I just felt miserable. But I'm like, oh, it's worth the misery. And then I told George today, I said, I've been eating a few days like this. I said, I can't do it no more. I do it because it hurts to do it. But yeah, definitely. Love the knee pillow. It helps me. George bought me an oversized cat that's like a pillow that
Yeah,
I
where is
sometimes,
it?
he's right here. I took when I changed the sheets right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I changed the sheets yesterday. I put the cat over here in the corner. So, hey, Philippine prepping. Japan is nice. Been there twice a year. Germany twice a year. Yeah, I'd like to go to France. Korea 3 times a year. Thailand. Yeah, I see. I guess it's because I'm tired all the time and everything aches and hurt, and I'm at a certain time. Me and George did all of our running around before all of this. I did not plan to use my retirement as my traveling years. I knew me and George got that shit out of our system. And over my lifetime, I got it out of my system. I've been to a lot of countries. I didn't come to retire to go to all these other countries and travel. Being as I'm here, I'd like to see Australia and Japan and that. But there's a lot of people that does a lot of traveling, and I'm not saying not to. It's a beautiful thing. It's just not. We told people that from the beginning, like, oh, you just sit there on the couch and you only do live streams, which is funny because we have a lot of outing videos and we do go out all the time. We just don't carry cameras with us, right? But then a lot of people are like, oh, well, you guys don't ever go nowhere because you broke. We say, yeah, we damn broke. We already said that shit. But basically, we said from the beginning with Philippine Antics, we did not come here to be travel vloggers. We're not Geo on the go now. We're not these people that are that can do their things and stuff. And believe me, it's taxing on those people. Geo cannot say there aren't times that it's frustrating, hard on him doing a lot of walking, sitting, traveling. That stuff wears you down too. Geo's an old man. Face it, Geo. I know you're having problems when you're out there. You gonna try to tell me Geo's not hurting from any of that traveling or
No,
irritated
but in
or
all fairness, that again, I'm not picking
You
on.
got to be a traveling person.
I'm
For
not.
me,
Well, what I'm
it's
saying is I'm not.
taxing whether I was skinny or
I'm not
not.
picking on Geo, and Geo knows this. I'm sure that his traveling days are
Numbered.
yeah, they're numbered.
You getting old, Gio. I just gonna tell you like it is. So come stay
You
with
know,
Mama. You can stay in our
I
extra
mean, he still
spare
has a
room.
few good years left, yes, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
if he's gonna travel, yeah, now's the time.
Well, here's the thing. For like me, like I said, a lot of those countries I traveled beforehand in my younger years, in my 40s. What I'm saying is that for some of these guys, even possibly for Gio, I don't know if Gio's been traveling since he was 20 or 30 or whatever age he is. It is a good time once you get over here. And some people, that's what they do. Like me, I didn't like the cruise ships. I don't like being on the planes. I don't like the frustration of the lines. I take it out on you like Mexico. I thought I was going to scratch your eyes out. That was not pretty during the pandemic going through their lines. It was like there was a million people in Mexico City airport, weirdly. We got to LA, there was nobody there. Remember that weirdness, how busy Mexico City was?
Somebody, a Filipino, told me, "I want to go to Mexico City." I'm like, "No, you don't."
It was weird. The
I
borders driving over
I
were
told him, I said,
empty,
"I've been
but
to Mexico City. You don't want to go there."
the airport was, I couldn't believe the amount of people that were in
Yeah.
line. It was just crazy.
That's like saying you want to go to
I'm
Metro
just
Manila
not
in the
much.
Philippines.
But I
You
know
know,
I want to do a few
you don't
more
you don't want to go
trips.
there.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm small, not skinny. Yeah, I ain't even lie about the 80, 90 pounds since I left the U.S. We keep seeing videos of how skinny I was pre-pred. I'm on prednisone all the time. I basically cannot live without it anymore. The doctor's not happy, but if I can't, I'm literally in bed. So I will let you know that I'll only be able to get X amount done if I'm not on them, and it everything hurts. I literally like my knees buckle if I don't. So it's bad. I am starting to rely on the steroids, and it's not good long term either. So
Well, there. That's
yeah,
what she's talking about.
yeah,
That yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Popular actress's daughter Corey Aquino has lupus, diagnosed with a lot of other autoimmune. Yeah, I know she did. Yeah, same here. Antibiotic. She can only take high dose
Chris
steroids.
Aquino, yes.
It's bad. As a matter of fact, I went on a second dose a day. Okay, low dose. I mean, I'm half of what they say I can be on. When I take too many, I end up with headaches and too much energy. I don't sleep. And then I take it twice a day. Used to be once a day. But if I don't and I skip the one dose and then George sees I can barely get up off the couch or something, he'll say, "Oh, you didn't take your second dose." I was like, "Yeah, I was trying to do without it." And I make that mistake, kind of like eating the salt right now. I make that mistake, what, once a month I'll try to stop this and that, or I'll try to eat the salt again. Like I haven't, that is literally the first McDonald's and donuts I've done in a few months. And when I attempt to do something, we had the barbecue at our birthday, and when we did the barbecue, I knew there was sugar and salt in
Yeah.
it, but not like I did in the last couple of days. And I suffer when I stop the
And the
steroids.
thing is about lupus and steroids. First off, again, like Bart Simpson always says, I always quote him: "Damn if you do, damn if you don't." If
Mhm.
you have lupus, the only real thing you can really take that can make you feel better, make you function, is steroids. But guess what? That makes you bad too. That makes you worse.
It's bad for a lot of things. So
Right.
I'm
So
damned if I do, damned if I
correct.
don't. And if I don't, then I don't want to become bedridden. So even if I'm hurting, and even if it does,
In long term,
I'd
it's
rather
really
not.
bad for you.
I would not want to be bedridden off of the steroids. I'd rather have some of the side effects and live 20 good years on them than be 30 years in bed and never get up again. And that's what'll happen. That's when the weight does come on. It's already happening. And I've already cut out like on
Yeah.
tons of packaged foods and all. You'd be really surprised what I don't eat and the amount of food, and I still end up, I only lose a few pounds a month, but it's better than nothing. So it's a struggle with your health. We've had shows where, live streams, we talked about health with expats. Not popular. I'll tell you right now, talking about funerals or future this and that, banking or serious topics. We've been doing it for 5 years, and it's we're talking to a core audience of our people and stuff, and we know you all like drama too, and I'm not like into eating carrots and making homemade pickles.
Yeah. Speaking of drama, make me a sandwich. Which
Yeah, I got
make me a
I
sandwich.
got the homemade meatball stuff. I'm gonna like stuff that meat inside of that omelet for you. I'm just gonna give you
Actually, we still have leftover spaghetti with
You
Swedish
can eat-
meatballs.
that. Yeah, you can eat that. So, Swedish meatballs was supposed to go into your omelet. Just stuff your meat somewhere else and just shut up. All right, guys. Happy Labor Day and Metapescal, and get your raincoats and all that. And don't forget to sign up
Thank
for
you
our
so much, guys.
membership
Appreciate
because
so much for spending time with us.
George needs his alcohol and his coffee and all that.
What?
And don't forget to subscribe and just forget about George.
Oh, babe, I'm sorry, but I don't know what happened.
Bar finding money because I ain't got no time
My
or
bank
energy.
account's missing
to suck on that
$1,000.
I don't have time to suck on this duck or listen to these stories anymore. I'm gonna wrap you in that flag.
I'm just
later.
saying.
I'm gonna wrap you in that flag and say he's an American. Get him. And I'll put you out on MacArthur Highway. I'll wrap you in a flag and put you out there like JoJo and say, and I want you to hold the bucket. And I'll write needs raincoat and change for spaghetti and see how much money you'll
I'm
make.
sorry,
today.
I don't qualify. I don't have a tattoo of LA on my arm.
I can draw one for you. Anyways, guys.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Merry Christmas. Mary's here. Hey, Mary, pick her up for a minute. She's
Oh, that's right. Here's
We'll
our.
let you guys see Mary.
Oh my gosh, it's almost a year, Mary.
No, she is a year. Her birthday. I told him the
That's
other day.
right.
It was a couple days ago. So she's a year old now, guys.
Here's Mary.
There's Mary. Look how
Mary,
big
Mary.
she's. You can see her boobies.
Aw,
She's
she
getting
just
so
woke
big.
up, Mom. I woke her up.
Aw, she's due for another haircut.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, by the way, just on a calculation, another plug blew in the kitchen. So the one side of the wall that blew out, the other one officially blew out, and all there is a fan and refrigerator plugged into it. And it's what do they call this, energy saving refrigerator? So it wasn't even something strong. So now I get to spend the next 2 months trying to get the landlord to come over and fund me. This happened a few days ago, and so it's like, oh, holy crikey! So yeah, we'll be fighting the electrician thing again. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
All right. See you guys. Thank you for our members that have dropped
Thank you for
in.
being
And
here with
Sarah.
us.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Oh, thanks so much, Laura. Appreciate you so
Aw,
much.
Laura, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And
Oh.
again, for our top fans of the day,
Thank you, Laura.
it would be
God bless.
number
And
one,
say
Laura.
hi to Mom, by the way. I
Aw.
think you guys are funny. I was watching where you said you weren't giving out legal advice. I spit my coffee out when I seen your mom with that frame on her face. It was hilarious. I was like, wait a minute, I said, why is she giving out legal? And I was listening to you talk about it, and I was like, and then when you said your mom got framed or something, and she had the frame around her neck, I was like that all over the place. So it was cute. But thank you, we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Laura. You're number
Thank
one.
you guys.
Number 2 is Luca. Number 3 is Victor. And of course, we have Robert Goodson, Sarah Tyson, and Harry Walsh. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.
We
Appreciate you.
it. We're going to finish up our gingerbread coffee that I made from scratch this morning. Good night, Robert. Good night, Sarah. Big hello to Ted and our moderators. And thank you guys.
Scott was
for
with
being,
us today.
Scott, thank you for being our people. I think that's going to be our new slogan for the Antics crew and our coconut crew. And so, God bless. Take
God bless
care.
you guys. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Bye. Happy Labor Day for the up and coming people when you wake up in the morning. So I know it's nighttime in the U.S. So happy Labor Day. Choke on those dogs. I mean, eat those dogs. I mean, hot
What?
dogs. I mean, suck on them hot dogs and
Right.
popsicles. Enjoy your potato salad and enjoy them $32 steaks.